Everyone, light your sacrificial candles. We're getting ready to play D&D.
Oh, you shouted that right as I hit the go button. Thank you so much for that.
Which means no one was in the room yet.
It's gonna be on the VOD.
Good, then they can look forward to watching it again.
I am doing link bombs and yes, peoples, finally we took unexpected hiatus for December. Sorry about that. It's just let you
I didn't
know,
intend it.
holidays makes life get in the way.
I'm in my new house.
Yes, round of applause for Armored on that. Like
Armored's a
seriously.
massive nerd, and it's managed to make him successful in life.
Woo! I can now drink beer in my house and no one can complain.
I mean, people can complain; they just aren't justified.
It's your own damn house.
And I can make all the innuendos I want. Like, this is some really hot meat.
I mean, you could do that before, and did do that before.
Yes, but now I can actually shout it without having concern.
We live in different households.
I'm excited.
As am I. I hope my Irish accent, though, is still up to snuff.
Get the
Should we
gin.
start introductions?
Yes, and you guys can actually introduce your characters today because I don't have a session recap.
Aha!
Armored, you go.
Just a second, eating hot sausage.
Oh, we got a good Eldritch burp.
And Myth wasn't even here for that one.
If he watches the VOD or if he's watching the stream.
El Cthulhu.
I always wonder what those actually sound like to you guys.
Anyway,
Anyway, hello
Armored.
everyone. I'm Armored Hunter and I play Da Vinci, the human spelldancer. Who, if last I remember, hit major payday and then got some new thread. Hopefully better, well suited for where we're going to go.
He has covered his nips.
Finally.
Not as of yet. He hasn't changed his outfit yet. They're still exposed for all its glory.
My
Anyway,
mistake.
that's me. So, to the next one.
Danny. Do you want you to go or do you want Failsy to go?
I can go. But hello, yes, I am Danny Boop. I am the streamer of all this lovely nonsense, and I play Morgan, the bog standard tiefling warlock, specifically of the Hexblade variety. And she's rather antsy to get on with this mission and realized not too long ago that thanks to some certain items everyone has, we pretty well have an instant ticket to where we need to get to.
I still love your guys' whip crack realization of that statement.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this out of character and above game. I realized upon Dravenche's item getting that ability and us being told about it, I realized out of character, oh, we're golden. I need an in-character way to bring this up. Because I did not want to be meta. Just like... I am dead serious and you know that. Anyway, next person.
I am Feldrose. I play Felzy, the enchanting sorceress. And currently she's outfitted with enough toys to be a slutty Santa.
Slutty Santa! Don't look in his sack!
Is it me?
Yes.
I'm Andy. I play Keta, the Solutionist Bard, whose boyfriend is kind of sick, and I'm very worried about him. So the game master can get fucked. Not the actual game master, but the game master in game can get fucked.
I
I
mean, it's
don't
the
like-
same being.
I don't like going to sleep alone at night now. I need all the bunnies.
Just remember, at any time, he could be like, that was fun. Let's do it again.
Please don't traumatize the child again.
I'll traumatize that child as many times as I desire.
I mean, Felzy likes him.
I don't believe that for a second.
Well, that Felzy likes the game also.
Yes. Alrighty then.
Leaves it to you, man.
I am the DM.
That's all. Alright, so who's ready to do this thing?
Probably.
Yeah, we don't have a session recap. I don't know if that got caught on stream yet, but there is not a session recap to provide.
It happens.
Despite this being the proper time for a recap, it's been so long.
True, but the only thing to recap would have been what happened in last session, which was you guys bought some clothes and walked around a town.
We found out that Lee is most likely 19.
Probably around 19 to 20 years old.
And also, Brimstone went to go help Bliss with something.
Yes.
His girlfriend.
And we will not speak of what he is doing at the time in which you guys are being beaten to death. Not important.
He's just going to come back, Kettle will be dead, and he will instantly hate all of us.
I mean, it's justified. Alright then. So, to come back into things, we're picking back up more or less right after the departure from Brimstone leaving to go help Bliss, which was fairly late in the evening. Probably right around 8 o'clock at this point. So you're getting to the actual, like, nighttime hours. You've been told, and through both your personal arcane knowledge and from looking a bit into this while just out and about the town, you know that Wisp, if you want to track them down, you typically have to seek them out at nighttime. So, if you all were wanting to actually get that done, you're getting pretty close to the time where you'd probably have to start heading out into the forest.
Do we know where Madame Elway is? Though, before we leave.
She's just kind of around. Like, you'll occasionally see her just, like, emerge from between two buildings, look at you, and then slowly sink back between the two buildings.
Can I talk to her?
Sure.
I will try to catch her arm before she goes slinking off between buildings again.
It's not really slinking off as much as it is, like, on a conveyor belt sliding backwards.
She's Homer Simpsoning herself around.
So I'm gonna... Madam, I have a question for you, because I don't know much about medicine, and I don't think a medicine can help.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw, but Lee looks very sick, and Mom says it's something like mana burn. And I don't know how to help, but he doesn't use spells as a thing.
Mayhaps the issue is not his use of magic, but perhaps he simply is not taking in magic.
Oh.
Question, are any of us over there?
I would have done this alone.
You could have. You I mean, you could technically try to follow her, but she did just sort of like run off to ask Elway a question while you guys are, I'm assuming, getting ready to head out.
Eh.
Plus, it's not abnormal for Keta to just run off and talk to Elway, considering she's one of the few ones of you guys who just talks to Elway.
Because why wouldn't I talk to my friend?
I have the assumption that a lot of you are either scared of or not that interested in speaking to Elway.
Well, if I was very interested in speaking to Elway, I'm just assuming that Elway's avoiding Fauzi.
Not really. She's just always around. It's more or less only when you guys are thinking about wanting to talk to her that she just seemingly materializes. Per DM convenience.
Is taking in enough mana?
Well, yes.
I don't know. I'm really worried about him.
I would need to take some time to look into his condition to be able to tell you anything.
Oh, we got to go deal with some will-o-wisps. I made sure that he's tucked it into my bed upstairs. He might have to avoid the bunnies.
They stay away from me, it's fine.
And just wanted to make sure that he's comfortable at least. You
I will look into it.
hug you, but I don't want to make you feel awkward.
Me, awkward, wouldn't dream of it.
Just gonna give her a light hug, not a very like tight hug, but a very light hug.
Yep. You mostly get robe because Madame Elway is incredibly thin underneath that robe.
I get buried within the cloth.
So it's basically like hugging a stuffed animal.
More or less. If a stuffed animal was made of, like, silk mesh.
A very luxury stuffed animal.
Get back to the others before they start.
It's like
running
when you fall onto silk sheets on a bed. That's what hugging her is like.
After the hug, Ketel will just kind of nod and run back to the party like nothing ever happened. It was just like, okay, I gotta go do something. I'm back.
If the party is watching, they just see Elway just sink out of frame.
Well, welcome back. What were you and Madame Elway talking about?
Was nothing. Will-o-wisps. We gotta go deal with will-o-wisps.
Can I insight that?
I mean, yeah, you can.
Just trying to lie.
You can make a deception check. Well, technically your deception was the DC to beat.
Cool.
So with a matching 23, Dravince, she's not telling you everything.
Fauzi's not seeing it.
Failsy, she's talking to Elway. It's probably about something weird. You're interested, but you have no reason to believe she's lying.
I'm just gonna say for Morgo not to check. I'm just gonna say she's busy getting things ready.
Well, make a check or not, you can have your assumptions. Just getting things ready.
So, there you go.
Cat is a very deceitful little girl.
She's a bard.
Notice her
She's a
deception.
bard.
Her deception score. like her deception bonus.
She had to be able to lie good to convince her high wisdom parents that she wasn't stealing from the cookie jar.
It's why she also has very high performance and persuasion.
My point is, her deception is as good as the actual liar of the group.
So what's
Her
our
deception
plan
is as
when
good
we
as
get out
failsy.
there?
So, sorry, it just doesn't strike me that always be talk about nothing.
We previously were talking about stories and things like that while we were on the road, and we just talk about certain things. You know, it's lady things.
Lady things?
Party mostly comprised of women.
Down, Felsie. I don't think she's meaning those kind of lady things.
No, but I'm very curious on what Madame Elway considers to be lady things.
You can always ask me, as she's just leaning over your shoulder.
Okay, what do you consider to be lady things?
Depends on what we're talking about.
I'm usually talking about sex.
That's an accurate description. In my day, I was rather interested in such topics, though I'm a bit old for things like that now.
Oh, I'm sure you're still fun and sack.
Anyway, plan for when we get out there.
Creepy old lady chuckle as she fades into nothingness.
I'm just
That'd be
picturing
fun.
that witch from, what was it, Snow White, just cackling as she's going into the cellar.
It's less like cackling and more like a giggle, which probably makes it worse.
So when we get out there, am I playing some music? Things like that? Am I taking my violin with me?
You have a violin?
Yes, I have a violin.
I thought you played the lute.
I play a guitar.
Well,
I know how to play
Morgan-
guitar, piano, violin, and then the lyre.
Wait, she was carrying a piano this whole time?
No, she said she knows how to play piano.
Oh,
I'm just picturing Keta pushing a piano into battle.
No, she's not the green Elevie sister. Who was carrying a piano.
just carries a grand piano into combat. Hold up, guys. I know we're fighting a beholder, but I need to prepare my sheets.
You know, you're joking, but you're not wrong.
Should I play my guitar or should I play like my violin?
I'll leave that up to you and Monogon. The two of you probably know more about this Will-O-Wisp stuff more than I am.
Well, it's easier for you to put away and get out the really good magic.
Well, I've been trained mostly in my guitar in battle. I mean, I've been knocked down with my guitar in battle, but I mean, it still kept me alive. And I can keep you guys alive with it.
What I'm saying is, what do you feel more comfortable with?
My guitar, definitely.
And then bring the guitar.
I'm excited. I just letting you do a mission.
How long has the spider been there?
Since we started.
The entire session.
I am paying attention to so many other things. Put the spider back on the compass.
Oh, we did.
So,
Okay. I just look over because I was looking away from my notes and I just see the spider on the map.
do we need anything else?
Oh, we should be alright for things. I've actually still got some healing stuff from the Zemodis temple that, should we need it, will be helpful.
I got the holy water pearls.
Bear in mind that you do need to have water vials to turn into holy water.
So just go over to the bucket and be like, alright.
Just a bucket of holy water. A dingy bucket filled with holy water.
I don't know, like fill up some vials with it.
Okay,
It's a bucket of bottles.
fair enough. Alright. Do you want to have some holy water pre-prepped then?
I have one holy water already prepped. Just waiting to do the ceremony ones.
Okay.
I'll probably do maybe one, or actually I'll do 2 more.
Alright, so you're going to expend a couple of uses of one of the pearls to be able to bless 2 more vials of holy water.
Yeah.
Alright.
That leaves me with a 1 charge pearl and then 2 full charges.
Yeah. Notice the
will
pearl just
hand-
slowly gets smaller as you use it.
I'll hand 1 to each of them, a holy water vial to each of them. In case.
Alright. Morgan gets into her pack and pulls out, because I did have this written down and I just remembered I had it on my sheet as well.
Mm-hmm.
The particular healing items she got from the Zemodis temple was 1 potion of greater healing and 4 standard healing potions.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so she's going to hand out 1 standard one to each person. So, Failsy, Keta, Dravinche, you each have a standard healing pot.
The bottle effectively looks like an egg that has a cork on the top.
Does anyone else's spell sheet look weird?
Do you click the
yes,
eye and then everything goes in?
Roll20 updated, so now the spells display as cards on your spell sheet until you close them.
How do I close them?
You press the eye.
Yeah, it's the eye that's at the top of the spell name. You might need to
Okay.
scroll down and hit the done button if the cog wheel is open. Then you can push the eye. I don't know why they updated that.
Admittedly, I kind of like it just because the amount of times where I've opened up a spell's configurations just to see what it does.
That's fair, I can understand.
Hey, being able to just real quick click an eye to open it up to see it is quite nice, though.
It's nice.
Specifically for attack cards.
It's just my all my spells were open, and Felzy has a lot of spells
Yeah.
because I also put in like any spells that come from items into the spell sheet,
I do the same
Same.
thing.
just with a little marker saying like,
However
mage
many a
up
day.
for myself, or a racial spell.
I have a cat up here.
Nice. Alright,
He's not supposed to be up here.
still 9.
And all of them were open.
Alright.
Alright,
In
I
terms
can.
of... Sorry.
I know that a standard healing pot is it's,
It is
2d4 plus
2d4
2.
plus 2.
yeah. I can't remember what the
4d4 plus 4.
Okay.
Do I still have a health potion? Yes, I do. 2 health pods.
Just before we leave, just a quick goodbye to both of her parents, and then a peek in on Lee to make sure he's at least comfortable.
He has removed the blanket you've tucked him in with, but is still lying in the bed.
Is he still wearing the sweater?
It's like the midsection has been pulled up, and like it's like over his head, like he got hot and had to start taking it off, but didn't want to completely take it.
You know what? Can't blame him. Can't blame him at all.
Kenta is aware of this. Lee produces a lot of heat when he sleeps, and tends to sweat quite badly.
It's just before she goes, she just might help him out of it, just so he doesn't, sweat himself to death.
Yeah, but you would go in there to check on him. He is asleep. And you go to turn to leave after like making sure he's comfortable and everything, and Elway is just standing in the corner of the room.
Oh God!
Hello.
I was just checking on him.
This is good. I'm doing much the same.
If you start sweating, that's kind of normal for him. He sweats a lot.
I figured as much.
I'll see you most likely in the morning.
Very well. Do be safe out there.
He's trying to be.
She gives you a little pat on the head as you walk out the door.
He smiles. Thank you. Let's do this, guys.
By the way, Keta, as you're walking back through the house, you notice that a lot more protective charms have been like hung up around the house. Like
Makes
various things to ward off presences.
She recognize any particular ones?
A lot of them are just like general like magical charms used to ward off like divination, teleportation, stuff like that. You get the sense that after what happened with you and Game Master, your parents probably tried to make the house feel a little bit more safe for you.
You're just good. I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Can Javinte see in the dark?
Nope.
Nope.
Wanna hold somebody's hand? Hold my hand.
I actually need to check the phase of the moon right now. It's important.
Yeah.
This is where Ash throws a werewolf at us.
It can affect what shows up in the wilds when you guys are exploring.
Oh.
Like a sudden giant spider attack?
Sudden giant spider attack. Don't mind me, it's just a spider on your back.
Oh no, we're spiders.
That would be awful. I have to get a calendar pulled up, sorry. I should have had it open, but I didn't think about days a lot.
The offer still stands for Javinte to hold Keta's hand as they walk, no matter the phase of the moon.
He would hold her hand. And also, if you don't mind a bit of RP,
Yeah, you can go ahead and check the phase of the moon anyways.
just after they leave and while they're walking. Keta, I'm guessing you're worried about Lee, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
You know, a thought did cross my mind as to why he might be suffering and not feeling so well.
Is it because I took him away from the ocean?
That is my thought. I know that other spell dancers that if you strand us away from where we're most connected, And so I'm connected to the wind, so I can travel anywhere. But
And if you aren't connected to the air, you'd be dead.
that's not what I meant.
Okay, but I'm not wrong.
The Yes,
There
but
are places where there is no natural wind in this world.
if
Ketchup's making the fact that, like, if you're anywhere that's doesn't have air, even just breathable air, you'd be dead.
Silly roll.
yes, but I more mean like if you stick me into a cave where there's no wind for a very long time. I've heard of some dancers experiencing negative effects, drowsiness, feeling like they're missing something. Lee has always lived his life on the ocean. He's now spent weeks.
I want to get him back to the ocean because I think that might help him feel better. And I don't want to make him feel sick, even if it means that we have to be apart. Because I'd rather us be apart and him be healthy than us be together and him be sick.
I think part of this. Sorry?
I was going to mention that Lee has now spent the better part of 2 months off the ocean.
Yeah, where what Da Vinci was trying to say was spending weeks without even being in water. Consider thinking the Zamodus Temple being a momentary reprieve from that.
Yeah.
There's probably. Maybe he'll adjust. Maybe it's just growing pains. Maybe.
Well, I talked with Madame Elway, and going off the thought that it's still something to do with mana burn. Well, it's not that he's expending too much; it's that he's not taking enough in.
What if you were to take him down to the nearby river? We passed by a river on our way here.
You know what? Dunk my boyfriend in the water like I'm trying to bless him?
Well, as dumb as that sounds, yes, if he's pulling magic from his affinity with the water, getting him close to water might at least rejuvenate him a bit.
If we're not too far away from the house, Ketch would like to try to message Matt. I mean, no, I probably can't message Madame Elway.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if this makes any sense to Failsy at all?
Yeah, you can. You have a decent understanding of how magic works.
20.
Well, Da Vinci wouldn't have started this up unless the group was kind of out of public earshot.
I assume you guys have been having this conversation while walking down the spiral that goes down the plateau.
Yeah.
Because essentially how you get off the Emerald Plateau is you have to walk around like a 40-minute spiral. It's really inefficient, but it looks really pretty.
Yeah, so he would have brought it up now because it's out of public earshot, so the only people hearing are the people who already know about the spell dancers.
Oh, also, this is going to be an important note for Da Vinci. It is just now, the moon is just coming out of a new moon, so there is barely any natural light in the forest right now.
Okay, so it is dark.
He needs to hold on to Keta's hand.
I mean, right now you've got light because the sides of the walkway have embedded ever-burning lanterns. So they're lit, and you can see just fine. There's basically... Sorry, I keep burping. I ate cabbage. There's basically a lantern every 40 or so feet down this spiral. So it's, at the moment, well illuminated, but once you get into the forest, you're not going to be able to see very well.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull out a torch.
No, I have a better idea, but let's resolve the Arcana roll first, and then I can do my idea.
Yeah.
Does dunking people in water rejuvenate mana, in Fels's opinion? Like, does that make
To
sense?
your understanding, especially being a sorcerer who is attuned to a specific element, you know that being exposed to that element typically has a effect of rejuvenating your mana slightly. It's not to the point where you're regaining spell slots just because you per se are exposed to acid. But it's a situation where being near acidic substances makes your magic feel stronger, even if it has no mechanical benefit for the sake of spellcasting. Just
Just
being
kind of like get a contact high.
kinda.
Just realized Felsi must really love acidic foods.
Yeah, she probably really likes sour candy.
And oranges.
All the oranges. Oranges don't grow anywhere where you guys currently are. But just dunking him in water you don't think would really have any tangible benefit unless he really is just that far gone that any exposure would help him. And if he's that far gone, then there are other issues you have to worry about. And with a total of 20, I'll say you're getting the feeling that there's something else going on here. Just like something in the back of your mind itching at you that there's something else going on here.
Hmm. If Lee's really that damaged, you might need something a bit more drastic than a little dip.
Just worried a lot. Also, Da Vinci, I have a brilliant idea.
Yes.
This is basically when we get to the end of going down the spiral, and we're about to go into the forest. She just,
Alright.
promise me you won't get mad about what I'm going to do. Nothing gonna hurt you. It's just maybe gonna look a little silly. It's gonna help you see.
Fine.
Okay, turn around.
Why?
Turn around.
It's always a gamble when a girl asks you to turn around.
When he turns around, when he turns around, if he does.
It really is sometimes, but usually I enjoy it.
If when he turns around, Ketch is going to give a hard smack on his butt and cast a light.
You cast light on Da Vinci's bum.
Yes.
So there is a torchlight coming out behind him. So, Da Vinci, you don't really realize what's changing until you look around behind you and it's like there's a high beam coming out of your ass.
If you wanted to touch them that badly, you could have just that.
Da Vinci, your ass looks as glorious as you think it feels.
Oh my god.
It's not helping you at all unless you walk backwards because you're casting a complete shadow in the other direction.
There's one small problem. I look this way.
Keta, you should have slapped him in the nipples and given him headlights.
Throw the light on his butt and then just poke him in.
Oh Oh no, he's like the leader of Nude Beach from Kill la Kill now.
One whole like high beam from his chest.
Just Revenge then pulls a dramatic pose as his nipples are just shining out.
Don't lose your way!
The
That
clothes
song
are
is in-
evil. I knew it all along.
That song is in way too high of a key for me to sing it. Alright, so Jirenche now has headlights.
Check out these high beams.
Don't flash me.
Wait, would Jirenche be wearing his proper clothing now, or is he just rocking the free nipples?
He's rocking the free nipples.
Alright. It's cold, but fair enough. It's not super cold, but it's cold.
Just smiling to yourself because
Mm.
you find it hilarious.
He does have he does at least have his jacket in his backpack.
I thought you were going to
It
say he's got his
needs to
jacket, but he's wearing it
cover.
open-fronted.
You can still button up a jacket to at least cover up the nipple.
Well, I'm saying, I thought you were going to say he was wearing the jacket, but it's still open in the front.
And he sheds bright light for 20 feet and then dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Doesn't that only last a minute?
No, it lasts an hour.
It's an hour?
It's an hour.
Okay, I thought it was a minute for some reason. Alright, so Jirenche, you're like that for the next hour.
Hey, it saves him from having to hold a torch in his hand.
It is a pink light too because it's Keta.
It can be a white light. It doesn't have to be pink because it's Keta, unless she chooses for it to be pink.
It's always pink because it's Keta.
Alright, so she's
So,
choosing. So it really is like you're the Kill la Kill guy.
and also, so that means Da Vinci has permanent dating sim romanceovision on him.
Yes.
All right, let's get going before I pee myself laughing.
Hey, it's a great way to cheer up the moment.
So who's gonna be leading the charge into the forest? Because I don't know my way around the forest. I'm a baby.
It'd probably be best for the one of us with the best armor to go forward, and that'd be me.
Would I have my shield, DM? Or
Did you not
shield.
have it before? I'm trying to remember.
well, I
You probably
can't use it.
It's up to you if you have it on you.
I have it on me. It's just I don't know if I can effectively use it and count it as armor.
I mean, technically it would count as armor, but that she's proficient in it would interfere with her ability to cast spells.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
it currently stands, you can hold it and gain the benefits, but you can't cast magic. For as long as you're holding it.
I'm like pretty okay on armor, but if I go first, then I can't cast spells.
So better I lead the group then.
Okay. I'm gonna get out my guitar and start tuning it too.
Either that, or I could be the high beam and light the way.
Don't lose your way! Plays in the background.
Let's do this.
Because out of character, Da Vinci has 17 AC. So-
Kat has the 16 with her shield.
And Morrigan?
19.
Okay.
I say Morrigan.
Oh yes, because Morrigan has a shield and she now has basically Mithril Half-Blade.
Yee, thank you, Zamodus Temple.
I'd say
They
marching
make
order
good
should
shit.
go- I say marching order should go Morrigan, Derenche, Catafelu.
How does he have 17 armor class?
So Failsy kept that in the back then.
You guys aren't. You
Um,
guys are actually a fairly decently armored party. Like, no one's outrageous, but you're all pretty good.
I
I'd
would
like to
argue
note
that
Failsy has no armor on.
Yeah, you
I
just
would
got your
argue
butt.
that Failsy should be in the back because if the group is attacked from the back, we don't want the baby to be exposed.
Very well, I shall watch all of your behinds. Especially yours,
Say that like
Graviki.
it's a bad thing.
If I had kept the light on Da Vinci's behind, he'd be just a human firefly.
I couldn't see in the dark.
You would have made the
Oh, whether the
Alright.
light's coming from his behind or his front, he's handsome either way. Let's go.
So
We
you
have
guys
a
start
list.
pushing into the forest. So you have a couple of options you can go to. You weren't given any specific area to track, but you could head to either the north, the south, the east, or the west of the Emerald Plateau.
The north heads towards the Weird Kingdom. Doesn't
The
it?
north heads towards a mountain range that divides Graynham from the Thraic Empire.
And the Wisps are said to be a result of the Draic Empire.
Yeah, they do naturally appear in this forest as well, but they are spirits, and the Thraic Empire is more or less the homeland of spirits.
So, in other words, possibly stronger spirits to the north.
You could make that assumption, yeah.
So we should probably head away from the stronger spirits if we don't want to, die.
Up to you.
I reckon to the north would be the most fruitful hunting ground.
East takes us away from the strong spirits.
Technically, if you want to go away from them, you have to go south.
Didn't one of us get trinkets to leave for the ones to try to just appease them?
Oh yes, he pulls out a sack of little wooden toys.
Her Santa sack. For all of her Santa needs.
Well, if we head up north, we can place the trinkets down. I got some honey and all, and well, mainly more so sweets. And
Yeah, I believe
can-
you bought specifically honey candies,
I bought him like a bag of honey candies.
or rather the amber candies that are very festive of this time of year.
And I can start playing then too. We can just, set up a thing. Simba, I swear to God, if you lay on my laptop, I will move you.
The cat.
Sorry, he's like slightly edging onto my laptop as I'm scrolling on Roll20.
Kenta just starts speaking to the air.
Cat, where?
Right.
What's a laptop?
and this is how we find out Da Vinci is a cat person.
They're so adorable. How can you not be?
If
I
we
love
head up-
pussy.
God,
I
see
love
those
pussy in all forms.
spirits? We can set up little offerings there, and I can play music, and I could then we make everything nice and peaceful.
It's an option.
Don't want to have to fight the spirits if we don't have to.
That is a fair point, and if we can appease them, that does the same. That does what the thing wanted. It's just how are we going to have proof that we appease them?
Bring back the empty candy wrappers. I know. They might think I ate them.
If we appease them, do they drop their wisp claws?
You don't know.
Would Monogone know since she got a nat 20 last time on going for knowledge?
Did she? It's been a while ago.
I believe she got a nat 20 for knowledge on Will o' the Wisps, which let us know about avoiding, I think, if I recall correctly, red ones. Those are especially dangerous.
Yeah, red ones because they might not actually be will-o'-the-wisp, but rather a much more powerful spirit disguising itself as something benign.
But
Mm,
If that's the case, I'm just going to operate off that being the case. You would know that appeasing them, either they'll leave or they'll pass on. If they pass on, then they will.
Morgan just like
But
slaps
they
her.
might just leave.
Morgan just slaps her forehead. It's like, oh, that's right. Sometimes when you appease a wisp, it'll pass on and it'll leave some kind of evidence, or it'll just fuck off.
well, we could do that, and we don't have to fight them, and then I don't have to go back with injuries that my mom has to heal, and then she gets more worried about me.
Right, so appease. If they decide to run, kill them.
Oh,
If they decide to run, then let them run. I'm alright taking a smaller pay cut if it means, you know,
evil Failsy! They're running away. Anyone?
Well,
If they're in character's mind, if they're running away, they're not going to hurt anyone.
If they're running away, they can cause danger somewhere else.
We're not the only people going out to go take care of wisps.
I will say until it's actually a Mortia, then you are the only people going out to do this.
Yeah, that was the whole thing about us going out to do this.
And Mortia is 2 months away.
Geta, did you miss the fact that no one else is going out for Will o' the Wisps at this time?
Divinity. No, I
issue with
grew up here.
It's the issue with the Emerald Plateau is that not really a military town. Doesn't have a lot of mercenaries. It's a trade town.
alright, let's agree to this. If they're hostile, no mercy. If they decide to fuck off, then we let them fuck off. For now. If they come back later and try to fuck with us, then, well, they made a mistake.
I can agree to that for now.
Attacking
Sure.
the innocent wisps.
Well, if they attack us first, they're not
What?
quite so innocent, are they?
That's just saying it to fail. It does like the "I'm watching you" hand motion.
No. Now another thought is, if we go to the north, then isn't it more likely that we'll run into red wisps?
No, those aren't wisps. They're tricky little bastards.
I mean, isn't that just a risk anywhere going out into the forest looking for wisps?
Yes, but if we go where the more powerful ones are, we do probably run the risk of running into those.
And we go. Then we go with my suggestion. We go either west or east. I want to run into many.
Either way is fine with me.
Logan, you're leading us. You pick, so we don't stand around looking like weirdos at the edge of a forest.
Alright, we're gonna go west.
Hey!
Alright, so you're essentially heading back in the direction you originally approached the plateau from.
But into the forest part of it.
Well, everything is the forest part of it. The Emerald Plateau is surrounded with nothing but forest.
Right.
Lumberjack
That's why
town.
there's so much lumber.
Yeah, and if you guys think about this, you're in a forest. You're not into the forest that they actually cut trees from.
Where they cut trees from?
It's to the north. To the north is where the Ironwood Forest is.
As they're kind of walking, she just kind of idly will like knock her knuckles on one and goes, "Yep, just normal trees."
I mean, I will say this, Keta, and you are very aware of this. If you were near ironwood trees, you would know, because an ironwood tree is a fully grown one at least. Is anywhere from 500 feet tall and about minimum 10. They're based off of Hyperion trees.
Hmm.
You would know. Like, you guys can actually see that forest from the Emerald Plateau. It just wasn't pointed out before because you guys were in the city part.
Yeah, we're just kind of we're so if we were to go north, we'd also be going near the ironwood trees, and they're kind of scary. Not for any particular reason. They're just bigger than me, and I'm very scared of things that are much bigger than me.
Looks at the entire town.
She said much
The
bigger.
entire town of big orcs.
I'm gonna be rolling actual dice today.
If an hour passed, Keta will scurry herself over to Da Vinci and then just kind of tap various parts of him to give him light that's like not his eyes.
Here, let me poke your eyeball.
Hold still, Da Vinci. Let me turn you into a full bloody Christmas tree. And there goes any chance of me hiding.
Like at one point, she just kind of like
Up.
leans up and like kisses her. Like, yes.
I mean,
there's your light.
it's not really something I'm gonna focus on you having to maintain.
It's not so much like it has to be maintained, but if you recast it, the previous one disappears.
Yeah.
But still, Da Vinci the disco ball, go!
Well, he is a dancer.
Alright then. In terms of an hour passing, you guys have spent a good portion of time deciding which direction you're actually gonna go. By the time you decide finally to go west and start out actually heading that way, probably around an hour has passed by then, based on the actual playtime when you've been talking about it.
No, we've only been down here for like half an hour.
I was also mentioning the walking part.
Ah.
Going, Keta's gonna start play like just slightly like strumming on her guitar. To start like a song going.
Alright then. An hour has passed. You guys have made your way a good bit into the forest. You're currently still on the actual pathway, I'm gonna assume. Like the partially cobblestone but mostly still dirt road that leads into the Emerald Plateau and out of the Emerald Plateau.
Yeah.
Well maintained but not particularly fancy. So you're still on that pathway. It would be up to you whether or not you'd want to diverge off of it.
Any sort of sign of wisps in the distance?
Make a perception check.
Make a perception check as well for wisps.
I mean, we're all trying to find him.
How's he seeing shit? 4.
Can Da Vinci the disco ball see?
You can see, but you'll be making yours with disadvantage because you're looking for distant lights when you have high beams on your nipples.
Still better than Valesy.
Alright.
How's he looking at that ass?
Failsy did the worst. Failsy, you're behind everyone, and you're checking out everyone's behinds. Rolling crap to see what's in the forest, if anything even is. Keta, as you're looking off into the forest, and Motogun as well, you all do notice that far off towards the right side of your path, so to where would actually be going northward, you do notice occasionally out of the corner of your eye there's like a light,
What now?
a flicker of light.
Can we discern what color it is?
Can't discern the color.
I was gonna say Motogun at this point, no. Keta, it looked like a firelight, like it was white.
Poke Motogon and point out the light. There's
Nice.
the area where it was, if it's out.
I saw it.
Light! Do we start heading over there? Might be
Call-
our best bet.
Cautiously. Probably be best if you had dismissed the light off of Dravenche and...
Let me just put my jacket on.
Well, that works too.
Yeah, it's just
Just two glowing up through the jacket. Not admit to see them on the claw.
Oh boy! If he opens up his jacket, it'll give another meaning to flashing.
we gonna head over there.
Alright then. So you
Get
you're fully.
someone will guide me. I can't see at the moment.
Just grab onto my tail.
Got your butt.
I will say this, sure. There's enough light that Dravenchi a few feet around him, you just can't see in. So you can keep track of where your party is.
Okay, but it's like, okay, which direction are we going? He doesn't know, so
Yeah.
grab that lovely tail.
Right. So, if you are hopefully, please make stealth check.
Um,
I'm assuming for the
no, still.
purposes of stealth check, you stop playing your guitar.
Ash could have get enough for anyone else.
Yeah, he is.
A little bit.
Holy shit!
Can I be heard?
That enough.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. My internet is only as good as Spectrum will allow. Oh. Does not allow much. Anyway. Alright, so we've got a relatively even across the board, and then there's Mortagon being like, I am the knight. Which kind of makes sense black, except for her hair. So you all like look over it, even with your dark vision, what to see, because she is black backdrop.
The white hair and the slight red glowing eyes is probably the only thing that lets people see her right now.
And the fact Dravenchi's holding her tail.
And even intervention, but you don't see Motogun at all. Really,
Okay,
Irving?
you are cutting out severely.
I don't have a choice. I'll try dropping in. I don't think that'll help.
It might. Technical difficulties. Don't you love them? I miss this, even with all the technical difficulties.
It's nice to be playing again with you, Chuckles.
Yee.
We spend 5 minutes arguing over which direction we want to go.
And then the argument about I get it, my butt looks great. And now there's light coming off of it to make it look even better. But I see this way, not this way.
Did we go get a slice of pizza?
Okay.
Da Vinci new car reminds me of Frankie.
Ash?
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, guys.
Still bad.
I have to just deal with it, man.
Okay, then nothing can be.
Let's do a everyone drop out and then rejoin.
If you guys can, I can hear all of you fine.
Yeah, it's his connection, guys. We're just gonna have to work with it as best we can.
I'm ready to hear 100 times.
What?
Right.
I think he said he's ready to repeat himself a lot, basically. Sorry.
Everyone, take a break real quick while I try to figure this out.
Okay.
Okay, impromptu bathroom break.
We're at 2 hours anyways, from where we should have started.
BRB.
Okay. I am back. Yeah, Ash died. Bling.
Ah, Sylvania, Mama, here's your mama.
Well, you didn't cut out.
It's a good test.
I'm back with
Welcome
bacon pizza.
back. So, Andy, can you hear me?
Check in.
Good. I won't have to murder a bitch. But I might still because I'm frustrated.
Where are my notes on what my things do? Yes.
I'm big.
Welcome back.
Okay, so it's 2 charges to cast shield.
Yeah, the staff of defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just digging through notes.
it's pretty good.
Bowser can get very cheeky and say that they have over 20 AC.
That's normal for most of my characters.
I'm back.
I mean,
I'm back.
Da Vinci can potentially get also 23.
With the use
Or
of
no,
shield.
22. Because he is shield.
That's the power of shield.
Bowser had the shield spell as well. So now she can sit on 22 naked.
Let's do this. Woo!
That's the power of my butt.
Yes, being naked with shield casted.
My butt with protection. Which you
Hmm.
often should use when involving butts.
But my body's telling you no.
I will actually be right back because I've been having to fix my Wi-Fi this whole time. I need to go get some water
Go get you some H2O.
and also take a splinter out of my toe.
Ooh.
Ew.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Get that taken care of.
It's already taken care of.
Well, go get you water.
And geese water.
So I'm gonna watch One Piece again.
Huh. I just realized I don't have that spell on Da Vinci's cheat. Let me just.
Did Da Vinci take shield?
No, different. Yes, Da Vinci did take shield. But no, I'm referring to a different spell that's given to me by my watch.
Ah.
Okay, so everyone stay within 10 feet of Da Vinci.
Just hopefully staying within 10 feet of just Morrigan.
How good is mage armor? 13 plus dex.
Yeah, I think it's the same as your scales.
Yeah. Useless to Failsy, but she can put it on literally anyone else.
13 plus deck. Yeah, that'd be useless on Da Vinci as well. And since Keta and Morrigan wear armor, it
Useless
can't
to
be used
everyone.
on anyone.
It's useless to everyone, except when in the event that they have to fight their way out of a scene, like from a bathhouse or something.
Yeah, in the event where Morrigan or Keta or Brimstone when he comes back is naked, then mage armor would be helpful.
I think mostly just Morrigan because leather armor can be gotten on fairly quick because it's light armor.
That still takes
The
a minute to
hypothetical,
put on though. That's 10 turns.
the hypothetical is somehow everyone's been separated from their armor. Mage armor would be helpful, but other than that, it's a useless spell that the staff has that I don't need. But the other spell, Shield, is very helpful.
Fraggle Rock. All right.
Time.
What time? What?
Time.
Yeah, eat time. Alright, so you guys are making your way stealthily forwards. Most of you with mild to no success, and then one of you with expert success.
Thinking to herself, holy shit, how did I do this? Yeah.
You're like looking down through your own dark vision and being like, where's my hand? It's kind of freaky. But you feel very stealthy.
Whenever weird shit like this happens, she just chalks it up to sword.
Sword's doing it. Sword always does it.
Yo,
Sword's got my back.
yee.
And my pancreas? Wherever it is inside you.
I'd like to point out that the two human-colored characters got 10, the dark purple got 15, and the black got 20.
It's almost like stealth is comparative to values. Kenta would have also technically had disadvantage because she's using a piece of armor she's not proficient in. But that's not important.
She would have actually had to have it on her back because she was using her guitar.
Okay. It's up
She
to
was
you.
playing her guitar as they were walking.
Alrighty then. Alright, so you all making your way forwards. It's quiet. There's not... Actually, I should probably adjust the sounds because I forgot that there's still crap playing in the background.
Still in town.
Hush it. I'm not that good with the music thing. I don't focus on it.
Okay, I'm just joking.
I'm sorry.
How is it that Da Vinci, with the highest stealth modifier, got the lowest roll?
Because you can't see anything. When you can't see, it's very hard to be stealthy.
Fair.
It's like you take a step and you're just like, was that a twig or am I just hoping it was a twig?
Those-
Alright. So you all are making your way forwards. Where's my phone binging at me? Sorry. Y'all you're making your way forwards towards the previous points of light you had seen into the forest. As you do though, and with mixed success, I'm gonna roll perception check. Garbage. You're lucky.
Woo!
That was a 5. Alright, that D20 goes back in the bin. You're making your way forward, and surprisingly, you aren't noticed by this, but it actually appears to be a small campsite from where you're seeing this firelight. I don't know if any of you intend to approach close enough to observe the campsite, but you do see one figure just sort of sitting at a fire, gently stoking the flames of it.
It does. Jen tends to go a bit closer to look at the figure to see if they're wearing cool things.
Kids, no, don't.
I'm determined.
Kitta.
Bear in mind, talking loudly breaks stealth.
That's what I have. Morticone whispering. That's why I'm doing my voice weird.
Felzy creeps forward.
No, you.
They both shimmy sham forwards.
Just let them be. We can react. We can surprise whatever happened.
Driven with Brimstone gone right now. I'm supposed to be the one guarding that girl.
As
You
you're
see why
moving forward, make
Brimstone's
a
always
perception check.
Can't always guard her from herself.
Perception. I suck at perception.
And now you're
9.
understanding why her parents were so hesitant about letting her leave.
You can't protect Kenta from herself at all.
Because she gets in so much trouble. Alright.
Felzy has pistol drawn.
Failsy draws her pistol.
Has guitar.
Which I keep remembering her having given that to Brimstone for some reason, but I guess she keeps getting it back.
She offered it, but Brimstone never took it
Alright then.
because Brimstone had his own pistols.
Fair. I thought he took it from you on principle of not wanting you to have it, but... Oh, that's right, he was training you.
Yeah.
Alright, so you don't really notice any more details about the figure, other than the fact that it's a bit of a shorter humanoid. But other than that, you don't notice anything. Keta, as you're creeping closer and somehow managing not to get seen again as it rolled a 4, you do notice that it looks... You have to circle around the fire a little bit to be able to see his face. It looks like a goblin, but not a goblin you've ever seen before. And the actual state of wear of this person looks to be sort of like ramshackled, quickly thrown together armor.
And I don't think Failsy's gonna stop her. Keta's gonna step towards the camp, the firelight,
Okay, let's
hands up.
Let's move close.
Alright. So, do you
That's-
intend to reveal yourself?
Keta intends to reveal herself with her hands up, showing, "Hey, I'm not a threat."
Does Felzy? No, Felzy can't see the goblin.
You can see that they're there, you just don't know it's a goblin.
Yeah, so I can't make a roll to see if goblins are a thing to shoot on sight.
Yeah,
Technically, Bimper's a goblinoid.
Well, it
Right.
depends.
Yeah.
It's more a situational thing than a shoot on sight.
Keta's just like, hey, yeah, I'm not gonna attack the man or woman.
All right, so you reveal yourself,
And do it.
and do you announce your presence? Because obviously they haven't noticed you up until this point.
Hi, excuse me.
Just sort of like snaps to attention, looking towards you.
Fells, you'll follow in behind, but keep the gun like behind her back.
Okay, Morgan, I think this is time to get closer.
All right.
Yeah, be
Make
quick
a
about it.
sleight of hand check to hide your gun. Meanwhile, this creature pulls out a knife.
13.
Just gonna offer a piece of candy. No, actually, not candy, jerky.
Doesn't notice the fact you have a gun hidden behind your back as it rolls a 1 on perception.
This thing's as blind as Failsy.
Keta's gonna offer it some jerky. Well, offer them some jerky, rather.
Continues to point a knife at you. It's like eyes are like darting around in the tree line, seeing if there's anyone else with the two of you.
Failsy does not speak Goblin.
Just gonna speak in giant, maybe hoping it might translate. She doesn't know. And go. And
Giant, by the way, for anyone unfamiliar, a very intimidating sounding language.
I was just about to say that it's either very long and sorrowful like a whale, so it sounds super condescending, or it's very big and loud and intimidating.
It's like someone speaking German at you, and you don't understand any German.
Oh, fuck!
It's an intimidating language with a lot of hard consonants and some hard vowels somehow.
even when coming from a small child.
A small child, yes, but Keta, as we've gone over before, knows how to be intimidating.
She's not
And
trying to.
actually being. So, this creature definitely does not seem to understand what you're saying. And like reaches over to one of the other tents and starts shaking the door to it. Meanwhile, making weird rasping sounds with its throat.
I just like pushed him.
Wait, you approach him?
Well, how far away from him is? How far away from
Well,
me
the camp
is he?
was set up in a little clearing, so when you like left the tree line and revealed yourself, you're probably still about 5 to 7 feet from him.
Okay.
And he's like right in the center of this little ring of tents.
A little bit of a panic catch is just gonna throw down 7 silver.
He's still shaking it, but he's like looking between you and the silver. And he like will occasionally make another like sound. He's not getting any response from the inside of the tent.
Tried to persuade him that I'm a friend in common. Take this advantage. I just want to try to persuade him that I'm a friend. I want a friend.
You
That was really good.
can try.
I don't have tongues.
Can Irvinche whisper to Failsy?
Wait. Can I listen to... No, that's...
I mean, this creature
Hang
is
on.
apparently blind and deaf, so,
1 second. Else?
or at the very least,
Could I roll my persuasion check with this? Is it with disadvantage?
it would be very much with disadvantage.
I'm 20.
Yeah, Failsy doesn't have time to
Maybe.
cast a
So-
spell.
Question: how do you persuade him?
I mean,
She threw
Texas
money on the
is-
ground.
So she's just kind of like pulling herself in, kind of making herself look small. Like, I'm not big and scary, and she might start like accidentally like going into Celestial because she's very nervous.
Somewhere in the ethos, Brimstone gets a headache.
Failsy swears in Dragon and casts a subtle spell for comprehend language, so she can at least understand this creature, but she can't speak a language.
Suddenly becomes to you, Valswalk, get up! Valswalk, get up!
She'll put her hand on Keda's shoulder and say he's warning a friend to get up, to probably for a fight or to alert friends.
And resolving the persuasion check. So you threw money on the ground, and you're making yourself look small.
Because that's what
But
Kenta knows to like not be intimidating. She just basically go tiny.
I'm trying to figure out how he's going to interpret this. Because he did not roll well for an insight to be able to understand what you're trying to do. That was going to sound horrible, but... Phil, you hear it say, Boswalk, they're offering themselves to us.
Failsy points gun.
Its head is like turned towards the tent, so it doesn't even see the fact you've drawn a gun on it.
Can't just see the gun because she's gonna like try to like push the hand back. No,
Yeah, I'd say you'd see the fact that Fails just pulled a gun.
I'm just gonna like try to smack her hand. Like, no, we're not
You
doing
two
that.
get out there.
Failsy just speaks in Draconic because that's the raspiest sounding language she has. Tell it to shut up.
It like turns back towards you when you make a sound at it. Clearly still not understanding the sound, but does like acknowledge you, looks at your face, like acknowledging the fact you spoke, then looks down at the gun, and you just see the face go like from green to like pale, like lime green. Then it just zips into the tent. After
I'm gonna
you
set
start
fire to
hearing
these guys.
grunting.
Alright, that's enough of that.
Okay, time for us to get out of here. What are you two doing?
Trying to make a friend.
With what? With who?
Failsy pats it on the shoulder and says, he thinks you're a prostitute.
Oh,
What?
Do you all leave the place, or are you just standing there while he's trying to wake his friend up?
I mean, Kenta probably was like pulled away.
Yeah,
Cast Firebolt on the tent.
Aye!
Alright, make an attack roll.
In the forest.
we don't need to be starting fires.
You cast Firebolt on the tent, and you just start hearing the distant, Boswalk, you really need to get up!
Getting up.
Failsy!
He called us a prostitute.
Wait,
I've been called far worse by uglier. Need to grow a little bit of thicker skin.
Is the
Also,
thing, is Ash question, is the tent starting to catch fire because I'd like to just instantly snuff it out with prestidigitation?
It actually got put out rather quickly by the fact that there's an awake person in the tent. They just slapped the fire. like as soon as it started.
Okay.
And I'm assuming at this point the tent has faded into the distance of view. You're probably being dragged away by your companions.
Make friends. Sorry, I meant to click the eye. I wanted to make a friend.
Presentation.
It was clear that you could not understand him, and he couldn't understand you.
And they just
Could
went for
you-
a pistol.
Sure. If two people can't communicate, they can't determine what the other's intentions are.
I don't think pulling a pistol helps.
It certainly doesn't.
It doesn't, but also just walking up to them out of the blue and continuing to shout at them doesn't help either.
Yeah, especially because you guys could hear that she was speaking in a very aggressive language. Like-
You're a giant.
Try to sound as friendly as you want to. It's a scary sounding language.
I think they'd know Celestial or Infernal. I don't think a Goblin. Like, no Infernal unless they have a Tiefling friend. I mean, that's completely possible. But still,
Goblins mainly, I think, know their own language and common.
well, he didn't seem to understand Common when I spoke Common to him.
Hmm.
There are quite a
Yeah,
few
that
goblins
does-
that don't understand common.
It could be that he's from a colony that focuses only on their language. Little experience with the outside world. Given the cobbled together outfit, they could possibly be attackers on the road.
Oh, great.
We have to
Brigands.
tell- Then we just have to tell the guards.
And
That's
you've
so-
already given them a heads up that people know where they are so they can vacate the place.
So why aren't I over there burning them alive?
We don't know if they're evil or not. We just don't burn people alive for fun, Failsy.
It wasn't fun. It was a principle thing.
If they're just innocent people wanting to get to the city.
Because we don't know their intentions, be it good or bad. All we know is that from what we were able to see from away from where we were, that small one was very quick to react defensively and be ready to deal violence on you. Had you approached him any closer, he might have just straight up stabbed you.
I've been stabbed before.
That's not the point, Kata.
One, being stabbed before does not make you immune to other stabbings. And two, need to approach something like that a little less impromptu and reckless.
Failsy came with me. It wasn't that impromptu.
That's because she's reckless too.
Oh, I'm beginning to understand why Brimstone's tired all the time.
We outarmed him. I have a gun.
Oh, what was tense? I'm not. Keta, I'm not. You were.
You're not mad. You're just disappointed. Can we get it over with and go find some wisps so I can go back to bed?
I wasn't going to say that.
With your tone.
I mean, we could always get back to the goblins and actually prostitute you to them.
I don't think her parents or Lee would appreciate that, and I don't think Keta would like to do that either.
Right, so what's wrong with me shooting them?
Either we go back, deal with whatever's over there, or we just move on.
As you all are talking amongst yourselves, please either give me your passive perceptions or make an active perception check.
I'm going to do an active one. 'cause
Passive is 11. So,
if I had advantage, that 22 would be so nice.
perceptioning! 10. Even worse.
Chance rolls, rolling well. Stealth rolls, rolling poorly. You all suddenly have to cut off, as in the corner of all of your all's vision, you see a pinpoint of crimson light.
Oh, fuck, alright.
Okay, let's get out of here now.
Oh, come on.
Not the time for arguing, we're going.
We're not dealing with this. Let's go.
If it follows us,
If it follows us, we fight it. As right now, we're just gonna try to leave.
Stealth away.
Are you gonna stealth or are you gonna run? Because you can't do both.
The,
Stealth is you're trying to hide as you get away. Running is you're just making a mad dash.
I'm just gonna walk away.
Just casually walk away.
so let's not make a bunch of noise. Hope it doesn't notice us, and let's just sneak out of here.
How far away is it?
Currently you're just noticing it coming through the tree line, and it's probably about 30 feet away from you guys right now.
Let's just walk away. Hopefully it didn't actually notice us, and let's just try to get away from it. Let's be as quiet as possible.
Reds are the bad ones, right?
Yeah, red are the bad ones. Now let's go, quietly.
Alright. So, as you guys are moving away from it, you notice something. Keta would notice this with her passive perception. As it's moving, you're only seeing the red wisp of light, but occasionally, either on the ground or on a tree trunk, you'll just see a sudden burst of claw marks appear.
Is it getting closer to us?
It is moving towards where you guys just were.
But not towards where we are.
It's gonna
Let's
pull
see.
in towards Dravenche.
You haven't all made stealth checks yet.
Keta was walking.
Alright.
So would that be passive stealth, or are you just omitting stealth at all?
I think they'd just be emitting stealth.
Alright.
If I'm walking normally and just basically pretending, hey, I don't see anything.
There isn't technically a passive stealth score. Unless you're getting time to set something up. That's when passives come into play.
Keta's just gonna kind of scooching closer to Dravenche and message him about claw marks.
Bowsy was actually torn of like launching a barrage of spells at it and doing what the rest of the party wants. So I guess she's walking backwards with Keta,
Then on that note, it is currently moving towards the party.
but readies
Not
a. She's going to ready a spell in case it looks like it's about to attack.
Kesha, I'd like you to actually make an active perception check with advantage.
Yeah, Ket is just gonna kind of have her hand on her holy water. 22.
You were noticing them as claw marks before, and at first that was all you noticed. But as you're taking a chance to look and stepping backwards, readying yourself for a potential conflict, you can actually see the full imprint of a hand. It's the handprint itself when it presses into the ground specifically, because you don't see it when it presses into the trees. The hand itself has to at least be 2 foot wide. And there's like a split second where you feel like you can almost see an outline of this being.
How terrifying is it?
It appears to just be a hulking humanoid with incredibly large arms, from what you can see from like for your split second of supernatural awareness you got from having such a high roll.
Just going to promptly start basically the same song that she was starting for the other wisps. To like, hey, don't attack us, please!
Just let's
Make a
go.
performance check.
6.
It stops moving forwards. It's at this point when you start playing and it stops moving, it's probably within 10 feet of you.
And she's just gonna kind of continue with the melody and seeing if it like maybe calms it down a bit.
I will say it didn't seem agitated.
And more so just curious after us.
Yeah. You get the sense that it heard sound and it was looking at what it was hearing.
And she's just going to be pointed, kind of looking at the wisp as she's going. And she's going to say it's not attacking us, it's just curious.
You do hear a slight rustling of leaves around you, and you cannot see its handprints on the ground anymore.
It's still there, though?
You still see the actual wisp itself, which, by the way, with your like split second of awareness, the wisp itself seems to be in its like throat area, like somewhere between its head and its chest.
Right. So if it was really moving forward, the wisp would move forward?
Yeah.
It's probably just moved its hands off the ground. Okay. She's just gonna kind of slowly start, as she's just playing, start, backing up and walking and need to play.
You cannot back up.
Can't I back up?
There's something behind you.
Is it
Like
driven?
you go to back up and you back into something. Everyone else, what are you doing?
I think Fels is near Keta at the moment.
Just trying to
Go to the back of the group to play for the Wisp.
just trying to hide but not abandon them.
Okay.
Fels is going to put her gun away and pull out her little charm.
Alright.
And either ready party helping spell or a massive attack spell.
All right, so basically, readying for whatever situation comes forth, but otherwise just observing for the moment.
Dravinche will pull out the watch and just look to Morgan. Get us out of here.
I don't know. It's
Oh, this is actually an interesting note. Javinche, when you pull out the watch, the compass needle is spinning.
Spinning.
It is spinning.
There's no way that Dravinci would know what the heck that means.
Nope, it's just a bizarre thing that, since you've not had it for very long, you have no idea what it means.
She'll look to see what's behind her.
You don't see anything.
It's not like it's just a force there.
Yeah, it's like you went to back up, you bumped into something that felt hard and cold, and when you look back, there is nothing physically behind you.
And the red wisp is still in front of me.
Yes. And you could no longer see its handprints on the ground.
Ooh, long arms.
We might need to run after what I have planned.
what are you gonna do? Fuck.
I panicked and it stopped coming after me when I started singing.
Oh, I thought you were playing your instrument, not singing.
Sorry, rather, it stopped coming after me when I started playing.
You hear a sound in the distance. A
Like
sound that I'm not sure if you'd recognize. It's instrumental, but it's somewhat harsh. Like a very aggressively tuned lute, almost.
Is it matching my tone?
Not really. It's set apart from yours. But you just see the red wisp suddenly lift up into the air. You feel like a rush of wind move past you.
Cat is just gonna play like a call sort of tune. Well,
For the sake of
basically-
outside game context, it sounds like a banjo.
So Cat is gonna play basically a call tune. So if they play a response,
Alright.
basically seeing if they do a response back to her call.
I have to stop
We
rolling
can't
this
stay
board.
here. It's Banjo Country.
Banjo country. God, dice do not want to stop rolling. I need to level out this board. There we go. Alright. You play your call, and you do actually hear a response. Just a quick little twanging burst of music.
But ding 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 ding.
Well, I don't want to just make that song given its context.
Um,
But it's
do I
very
hear
similar.
what- Do I hear what direction it's coming from?
It is coming from the northeast.
Hmm. I'm gonna try 120 feet. If it's if this individual's within 120 feet, I'm gonna try to message them.
Can you pop the message spell into the chat for me? Because I think it has stipulations about who you can message.
I think you need line of sight.
You need line of sight or to be familiar with the target.
It doesn't need to follow a straight line.
All right, then make me I would say perception, but this would actually technically be a survival check to try to figure out the exact direction based on hearing the sound. You can tell it's coming from... All right, then. You have a very good idea of where the sound is coming from. And with a natural 20, probably within 120 feet of you.
So I'm gonna message them and be like, "Are you a friend?"
Well, darn, is someone talking in my head? Is the response you get back.
Just gonna play another call on the guitar and go, that's me, I'm the guitar. Just fell.
Well, howdy. I'm the one playing the banjo over here. You hear the response in your head and then hear quickly back an actual musical callback to you.
Get what the hell?
Somebody playing in the woods.
What?
Somebody playing the banjo in the woods. I don't know what a banjo is. I want to see it.
No.
Oh my god.
Oddly enough, Motogon, you actually would know what a banjo is.
It's a stringed instrument.
It's an aggressive lute.
Okay, Kata, you know what a lute is?
Yes.
Okay, a banjo's basically an aggressive one.
I want to meet the person playing the banjo. They help me.
You do actually see the red wisp moving away from you at this point.
In the direction that I think this person is.
Yeah.
Let's just get out of here.
And she's gonna message to her new friend. My name's Captain Jackaville. There's a wisp coming towards you. He's red. Bye.
I'm gonna murder that wisp.
Can you please repeat that message so I can understand you?
My name is Captain Jackenfell.
No, repeat it the same way you said it. I just need to hear it again.
My name is Captain Jackenfell. There's a wisp coming towards you. He's red. Bye.
Well, she's no harm. Is all the response you get back.
Bowsy's chasing after the wisp.
Midnight, Basic.
Oh!
You don't really have to chase after because it's not moving quickly away from you.
Oh my god. Alright, we're not losing our sorcerer.
Isn't that bad? She says that she's going after Basic.
Alright, let's... Morgan just looks at Dravinche. It's like... You have your job and I have mine. I've got to keep an eye on Keta.
And what that leaves me with taking care of Failsy.
She just kind of gives him a look. And just says, follow.
You have the most dangerous jobs in the world.
Failsy, get back here.
I mean, she's not like disappearing into the forest. The red wisp is not moving quickly away from you guys. There is something that if you are directly following it, you will need to make a dexterity check, though. Because at one point you see its hand move past a tree, and the tree falls in half.
So is that a dex save?
Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw.
It just fails and then Keto
Just Failsy because she was the one immediately following the wisp. Yep. You get
16?
enough of a warning when you see the tree start to slide off itself that you're able to get out of the way. But this is a tree that's about 2-foot diameter trunk, and it's a completely clean cut going through the tree.
Can Dravinci grab Failsy now?
Can I get a sense of what this is? What is pretending to be a wisp?
You can do that as you are grabbed.
What would that be? Would that be an Arcana check or
This
nature?
it would either be Arcana or Religion, though I'm erring on the side of Arcana.
That's
And
the
this is
same
a
roll
high
for
DC.
I start playing again.
I mean, yeah, you can start playing anytime you want.
Felzy
Start playing
has a
again as
5
I
in
see
both.
Failsy get grabbed.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. You have no idea what this creature is.
Come on, Valsy. Let's just get moving.
Jake! Point to Failsy being grabbed as I'm playing.
Dervinche is the one that grabbed Felzy. Yeah.
I'm going to make a personal intelligence check with
Still
how
following.
little information Felzy has. High, she doesn't blast this thing.
All right.
And yelled that it's harmless.
Nope.
Can Dervinche intervene because he's grabbing her?
Technically, no, because you would not have had enough time to restrain her. And because she is a sorcerer with subtle spells, she can cast spells very quickly. Also, do you have the Mage Slayer ability? Because otherwise you can't
No.
react to spells at all.
I do. I can.
But you were not grabbing her. I'm sorry.
Well, Keta's not even there. She's still continuing the wisp.
Okay, is Dervinche
Well, if I'm-
within 10 feet?
If I was I'd be following real fast behind. So if I'd be within range, I could.
Well, Felzy's having a dumb moment right now.
And
Okay.
anyway, is Dervinche within 10 feet of everyone?
Yes.
Ket to be there though?
Okay, resolve the blast first.
She's going to open up with a customary I'm going to blow you apart Chaos Bolt.
Alright.
23.
Alright. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I can't twin link this because there's only a single target.
Nope, you cannot twin spell it.
8, 3. 3 8, so on the list. Fire or thunder, so she sets it on fire.
Alright then. So you fling out this ball of fire into this creature's direction, and you see it collide with a form that is not the wisp itself. It hits something before it would hit the wisp. And the creature doesn't react.
Huh.
You just
Okay.
well, it
Thing
does.
that's-
It doesn't react in the sense that it doesn't make like a sound of pain, and it doesn't immediately try to attack you. It does react in the sense that you see fire spreading on its back, and then you just see a as it you assume gets patted out.
Is this
Okay,
another thing
where-
that eats my magic again?
No, it hit it. It just didn't really seem to do much damage.
Valsy, we are going now.
It's harmless! So she's still going after it.
Ah,
Keta,
Keta!
I would like for you to make a history check now. Because you've been given some context clues about something.
15.
As you start moving forward again, you get hit with a sudden brain blast of an old fairy tale. Or something you thought was a fairy tale. The forest surrounding the Emerald Plateau has a guardian.
It's the Guardian.
No one knows what it looks like. They just know that it's capable of slicing an ironwood tree down with a single strike.
When Dervinche sees Keta starting to run towards it.
She's already been moving. She hasn't stopped.
Yep.
And Morrigan's
When
following
he's-
after her.
When he sees her start moving, but before she gets 10 feet away, Da Vinci is going to pull out the bottle of dragon's breath and go, okay, that's it, we're all going, and teleport.
I have some sort of save against this because Keta is refusing to go.
The-
I don't think unwilling creatures can be teleported.
You said you pulled out a bottle of dragon's breath?
that I got from the brewery.
Alright. Are you still holding Failsy?
He would have had to let go in order to grab the bottle.
And that is, are you using the teleportability of the watch?
Yes.
You have to use the watch to pinpoint a location.
He already had the watch out from earlier.
I don't remember that being said. I remember
He
grabbing
pulled it out-
Failsy and then pulling out the bottle.
He pulled
pulled it
out
out
the
at the
watch.
thing spinning.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening right now, guys. Sorry.
He pulled to reiterate. He pulled out the watch earlier when the wisp initially appeared, and Keta was encountering it, asking Morrigan should he just teleport everyone out.
Alright then.
He hadn't put it away, but because he would have needed to have two hands, he let go of Failsy in order to pull out the bottle.
Alright, I just have to check a thing real quick. I'm sorry, but it is important.
And
Oh no, was there a
would
magical mishap?
Keta be willing to get stranded in the middle of the friggin' woods?
As if it
Over
means
this.
going to see if a fairy tale is actually real. That she's heard about her literal entire life.
She's still going to get stranded.
Yes, but you are also talking to the child who has grown up on stories and is actively seeking out stories to learn. And if she can learn that a story is real, she's going to go after it.
In character, Failsy doesn't realize how fucked she is.
That point, case number 2 about getting out of here.
Yes, but that's like outside of rationality. Failsy's more, what? I got this guy on the ropes.
Alright, so to resolve this, as I don't want this to become an argument, Da Vinci, you do this. Failsy and Keta, are you willing to be teleported?
Failsy's marginally afraid of teleporters.
This is something you have actually expressed in the past. And she thinks you're just going to get turned into goo or something.
Goblin schematics for teleporters are frightening.
What if we rip you apart into 1,000 tiny pieces and throw you really hard?
Just say.
So, are those two characters, barring the player's knowledge, are those two characters willing to be teleported?
I think the only person who knows that what Druid's plan is was Morrigan. So Failsy would instinctively go, "What the fuck are you doing? What? No."
Alright. Keta.
Wait, can I go?
Andy, you keep cutting out.
Can we not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Hello, can we hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Cat is not willing to be teleported.
All right. So to resolve this, this would mean that Dravince and Morrigan are both suddenly back in the Daniel Jack's brewery, but Keta and Felzi are not.
Oh,
I thought it was a will save to prevent yourself to be teleported.
I don't believe it is.
if you
Or some
target
kind
let's see here.
There's not. I
It's-
don't.
Just be willing.
Yeah, it's just willing creatures within range. And you can target an object, but it cannot be held by an unwilling creature.
Yeah. So if they
Generally,
were not
like-
willing, they would not be teleported.
Okay. Generally, if you wanted to force an issue, it'd be like DM'd the general resistance for magical spells against a person.
I mean, it's resolved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's resolved. Because per the wording of the spell, you have to want to be teleported. All right, so
Following now the wisp. Still.
all right then.
Oh, those two idiots!
You had one job, Da Vinci. Watch Felsi.
His job is technically watch Morrigan, but still.
Well, how the hell are we supposed to get back to them quick enough, other than just run?
Can
I
ask
can-
what just
I can
happened
get
and why you
myself-
two just appeared in the middle of my out in my bar?
Long story, can't explain, Keta's in danger.
Get going. Just continues shining a mug.
I've got something to make myself faster.
Well, that works for you, but what about me? What am I supposed to do? Like, go get her dad or something?
Oh god.
That would be bad. And
Entire
funny.
town marching into this forest.
You do, and that impulsive girl is going to end up getting herself locked up in this town for the rest of her life. Which almost wouldn't be a bad thing.
What they don't know is Hector knows what she's going after.
Don't want that because that's not going to be good for her in the long run. Let's just try to get back to her as quick as possible.
You guys previously were just essentially what was a 45-minute walk out of town. Running, you'll get there much faster.
Yeah, it's still gonna be like 20 minutes, maybe 15, because Da Vinci can cast him
Da Vinci can
Long
get there.
Strider on himself.
Yeah. Dravince, naturally suited to be more of a runner, and can cast Long Strider on himself.
I was gonna chase after Keto.
And as
A confused
Failsy
look.
messes up, she kind of she says to Failsy, "This is most likely the guardian of the forest."
The Guardian of the Forest is a wisp.
Well, no. They don't know what form it takes. And some of the stories I heard, they just don't attack it, and let's see. If it's harmless, then it's most likely the guardian. And this is a rare occurrence.
So you guys are just following it. It's not going very far because, again, you were able to communicate with the creature it's now moving towards.
And she's gonna ask the creature's name.
Okay. Fells pulls out notebook and starts sketching. And starts taking notes.
Kat is gonna ask the individual's name as they're moving closer. Excuse me.
I'll allow it.
I mean, if she already knows where they are with message, she can just message them again and be like,
Yeah,
Hi.
they'll occasionally they are occasionally playing a couple more tunes on the banjo,
So you can kind of figure out where they are again.
Hi, I think we're coming towards you. Do you have a name?
Oh, well, hi there, little voice in my head. Well, my name's Chiffon.
Stefan?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna see you in like a few minutes, cause I think the guardian's coming towards you.
Oh, she's a real peach. All right, you can come on.
Who's laughing?
I just realized what we're dealing with.
Don't say anything.
And Keta's just gonna kind of idly strum on her guitar as they're going.
All right, then. It doesn't take you very long to reach this point. Probably about, especially if you're following the Guardian specifically, probably about 5 to 10 minutes, because it's really not moving fast. Like, it will occasionally take a step, and then it stops for a little while. And you will, like, see a branch just break off in the tree. Where it's like, you can assume it's, like, moving its hands through the tree. And then it'll just start taking another step, and then stop again. It's like, it's taking its time. It's not moving fast.
Really hates these trees.
It's a big creature.
Meanwhile, I'm assuming the other two are just making a mad dash back to where you just were.
Yeah.
Da Vinci is going to use turn-by-turn directions. Can he use that to identify where Keta is?
Yes, you can specify Keta's location, and Keta's within 45 miles of you, so Keta knows her Keta's location.
So he's going
I don't
to say,
believe she needs to be willing to give that information up. She just needs to know it.
Yep.
Yes, so
So
now
the-
the watch goes from pointing in occasionally a different direction to suddenly, like, pinpointing a specific direction.
Okay, we gotta go this way. Start running. And Da Vinci's long stridering himself.
Well, it's a damn good thing I've got good. Ah!
As you guys are getting to the edge of town, there is guards waiting for you, and they basically have this thing which looks like a set of 16 wheels, 8 on each side, of a cart, and they're just making the most like nonplussed faces. They just look at you, Keta.
Keta!
Get in.
She's over in the woods.
Get in.
Yep. Hoppin'.
All right. You are put in this cart, and then one of them pulls a lever beside the guard post, and this cart suddenly starts rolling down the spiraling incline around the town at alarmingly fast pace. So what would have been a 45-minute walk down the pathway reduced to a 20-minute run before you could even start getting to where Keta and Failsy are, is reduced to a quick, about 3-minute ride as you are essentially put down a rail cart going down this cliff.
Oh, more guns screaming!
You know, if it wasn't for the situation, this would be really fun.
Fuck you! This is not fun!
Whee!
The combination of "Whee!" and "Ah!" just the perfect juxtaposition of someone riding a roller coaster for the first time.
Yeah.
So, at the bottom, by the way, there's just one of those things that stops a card, and it's not a gentle stop, so I need you both to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah.
My rolls have been terrible tonight. I don't think I've rolled I think the only above 10 I rolled was the one insight check.
The one check which was basically irrelevant.
Yes.
Alright. You don't take a lot of damage, but you're going to take a little bit of damage as you're flung out of this cart and just spilled onto the ground. I got stopped. You guys are going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you sort of like tumble very roughly along the ground as you're just sort of catapulted out of a cart that typically has tons of material on it. It goes flying off the rail as well because it was not expecting... Look, what I just said, it usually has a lot of weight on it when it stops. You guys do not amount to a lot of weight.
But
We got flung out ass over tea kettle.
Pretty much.
wouldn't the cart also...
Yeah, the cart
Sorry.
came flying off the rail as well.
No, but would it not fly off the rail? Because while it may have been going faster, it has less weight and less momentum.
Semantics.
My point being, the cart itself is heavy enough that it's going really fast. And the thing that stops it is essentially just a wooden barricade at the end of the track. Either way, you guys get flung out.
Yeah, we get flung out. I'm not disputing that at all.
Alright.
To meet my new
So-
friend.
As
You
she's
take-
rolling
you take a
Mortigone's
Hmm?
cussing.
Yeah, you take a small amount of damage, but you're able to get back up onto your feet relatively unscathed. And having made good time down the cliff. I'm assuming you just start running afterwards?
Get
Yeah,
up,
it-
shake the head a little bit, and be like, alright, fuck it, we gotta keep going.
Alright. You will be about 5 minutes into your run by the time they have reached their point of meeting this new person. So 5 minutes into their run, you guys are effectively going... You effectively have just under 20 minutes before you catch up with them. Mordegon, I'm assuming, Dravince, you're not just completely leaving Mordegon in the dust. Or are you? Because right now you're quite a bit faster than she is.
He is, but he's going to try to at least stay just within sight of her.
So that she can
so-
follow thanks
Well-
to Devil's Sight.
And also, he would take off the jacket so he's easier to see.
Howard probably has already
Glowing
passed.
nipples! Yeah, Dravince, very easy to see now. Glowing nipples. Still going on.
So that helps him be able to move faster without having her losing him.
Alright, so for the sake
That-
of this,
That
even
combined
with
with
you
the
very much
Devil's...
outpacing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him doing that combined with the Devil's Sight should make him easy enough for Mortigon to keep track of.
yeah, so Dravince, you're probably going to get there in about 15... Yeah, around 50 minutes. Mordegon will be about 5 minutes. But now we cut back to the other two who have been following this creature for a while, and eventually, if you wanted to, you could just sort of like walk around and go ahead if you want to specifically talk to this banjo player.
So would kind of give the wisp like where she knows the arm area is, just a like nice little pat and go, "Thank you."
You give it a little pat, and it just feels cold and hard. It's really strange.
It's similar to what I felt behind me.
Fairly similar. If you want to make a survival check, you could actually try to determine what you're feeling.
Eh.
Because it's got a texture to it.
Textured.
It feels like bone.
She'll thank you, and she'll kind of pull out a little bit of the sweet she has and kind of offer it to the air because she doesn't know where the hands are.
I'm about to describe something really gross.
Okay.
You see the wisp lean down towards your hand,
No,
and then you just feel
Yeah.
something wet and warm wrap around your hand.
and you just see the candy like lift into the air and disappear. Your hand, by the way, is covered in saliva.
Kit is just kind of like looking at her hand, looking at the list, looking at her hand, like what?
You're not sure what just touched you, but you can assume it was a tongue.
The Guardian of
And
the
it
Forest.
like enveloped your hand.
Okay, so the Guardian of the Forest ate from my hand. Okay.
Welcome to the Studio Ghibli movie.
Catches up.
Yeah, because I was about to say, this is giving me very Princess Mononoke vibes at the moment.
Yeah.
After kind of like just nodding at the wisp, she's gonna go over and kind of step around to go see the banjo player.
Alright. You step your way around, and Felzy, are you staying with the Wisp or are you following Keta?
Felix would love to do both, but
Alas.
dumb moment aside, she will follow Keta.
Alright. So you follow Keta.
So-
It doesn't take you very long to reach the banjo player. There's a small clearing of trees, though not naturally, as in there's not trees growing here. It's probably about a 30-foot clearing set up where all of the trees have been hewn off at their base to make seats. And in the very center of the clearing, you see a somewhat particular looking tiefling, just with two rather thick at the base, coming up to gentle points, probably about a half a foot above their head. But just a very dirty looking tiefling. Outfit wise, they appear to be wearing a sort of orange colored shawl and just linen pants. And they're just idly plucking away on a banjo.
Hey.
Voice in my head? Turns around. Oh. Well, howdy. It seems like you're not just a voice after all.
My name's Keka.
Well, I've already known that. It's good to meet you, Keta.
This is my friend Failsy.
So,
Fails. Just gives you a nod.
If there's a tree stump open near Siobhan, she's gonna sit down.
I am not a
Yep.
voice in your head.
What are you doing all the way out here in the woods?
Well, living mostly.
And you made friends with the Guardian?
Yeah, she's a real hoot.
You're from my hand.
Yeah, she does that. She doesn't like touching people with her hands. Afraid she might hurt them.
Very sweet. She kind of scared me a little bit, but I think she likes my music.
Oh yeah, she loves music. Says while she just starts plucking away again, and you see the red wisp just emerge from the forest soon after.
She always look like a wisp.
That's how she looks at night when she's trying to hide herself and do her job.
Out here looking for will-o-wisp, and we kind of got a little panicked when we saw a red one coming towards us.
Well, that's good reason. They can be a little bit dangerous if you're not careful. Gotta have a bit of world knowledge knowing that around these parts you can have some rather nasty things trying to hide themselves.
And I got very worried. But then it took me a moment, but then I realized that most likely that this was the Guardian of the Forest I've always heard about. I'm from the Emerald Plateau.
You from that big rock over there? You see them just sort of like point towards the general direction of the Emerald Plateau. Well, darn. Don't get many people from there walking all the way out here. Well, I guess you said you were doing some wisp puns, so I guess it makes sense.
My friend tried to make me leave, but I wanted to see the Guardian for myself because I've always read stories, and I've always wanted to know if the stories are true.
Well,
the
as long
guardian
as
seems
you,
very nice.
yeah, as long as you're not threatening the forest or any of the wildlife in here, at least aside from hunting and doing the work you need to survive, she's not gonna bother you.
Does she have a name?
Uh, she does, but she doesn't typically like people saying it.
Oh,
Come in
sorry.
close, I'll whisper it to you.
Okay. She kind of like leans in and kind of will cup her hands around her ear.
Then her name is Tutilla.
Oh, God damn it, Ash.
Ah, this is what Tutilla actually looks like, by the way.
I
I've shown
picked
you guys
up on that
pictures.
a while back.
Yeah, you know her. I've told you about the context for how Tutilla works in this story before, Belsley.
Ash mentioned her at the beginning of the campaign.
No, but I realized that it was her when you said chiffon.
Of course.
Miss Guardian, I don't know if you have a title, but it's very nice to meet you.
The figure just sort of looms over you.
They're very big.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, she's pretty big.
You know, she's a she.
Just giggles.
Gonna look at Siobhan, then look at the wisp, look at Siobhan, and just kind of like point, like, you too.
Well, she's my wife, so yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, I'm not the only one that has a large wife.
Ain't it wonderful being picked up in those big, strong arms?
I have a very tall boyfriend.
You get it then.
I've been hugged by a very big lady before, and it's very nice.
Chiffon just sort of like points at you. Like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. At this point, Jervinche, you and your luminescent nipples burst into the clearing.
Keta!
Hi!
What were the both of you thinking?
If you would have stopped to listen to me, I would have told you that this is the guardian of the forest.
Oh, well, he
You
looks
didn't
grumpy.
even. What the.
Ted.
You. Two.
You. Sorry, that was just funny to me.
Trying to tell you that she's harmless. But listen to me.
Yeah, and then you have that firecracker launching off things at it. How
Yeah,
long is it gonna be harmless?
I mean, we've literally followed her this entire time, and she ate candy from me too.
Oh, now I know why Brimstone is so angry all the time.
If you would have just stopped to listen to me, then you would have just found out that, yeah, she's harmless.
I don't know who Brimstone is. but
If
he
you
sounds like the type
didn't
of fella who's
start
got a
running
stoked
at
ass.
it,
It's because I wanted to see her. I'm very curious.
Keta, listen. Both Morrigan and I are
That's what
terrified
Chiffon
for
looks
your
like, by the way.
life. At least try to understand that we're trying to not have you die.
Okay, I understand that. But also, we've been following the Guardian for a good 10 to 15 minutes about, and we haven't gotten attacked this entire time.
See that? Thankful for that, and thankful to whoever you are for at least entertaining them.
Howdy.
Fun.
I understand that, but that was not information that I had 15 minutes ago when I thought that potentially something that can destroy a tree was about to start attacking us.
Again, you went poof when I was trying to say what's going on.
I thought you were about to start running off towards something that was potentially dangerous.
You really should actually tell people you plan to teleport them away.
Chiffon just sort of
That
like
was scary.
stands up while you guys are
I
talking.
said we're
and
getting
just starts
out of here.
walking into a different direction. No, keep going.
I just couldn't hear you over them arguing.
Exactly, keep going.
And, I mean,
The point was that it wasn't supposed to be heard over the talk.
Like, I think I heard it correctly. So Da Vinci is seeing where they're going.
Yeah, they're just like walking off to the side. At this point, Mordegon, you catch up as well.
Careful!
Cat is dead.
Oh, you're not funny. Fuck off.
I'm gonna need more cups.
Cat, are you okay?
Okay. Da Vinci's been yelling at me though, because he didn't decide to tell me that he was pooping away, and then he got mad that I didn't poop with you guys.
Okay, good. I'm gonna fall over.
The ground in this area, by the way, is very soft. Like, the dirt itself has been slightly irrigated, and there's, like, a blanket of moss over the ground. So it's actually very comfortable to just lay on.
This oddly reminds me of home.
This is Chiffon, and this is the Guardian of the Forest.
You, like, go to motion towards Chiffon, who you remembered being right behind you, and they're not there anymore.
Yeah, they're over there.
Oh, yeah, no, Chiffon, and then motions to the wisp, the Guardian of the Spirit, the Guardian of the Forest.
But
You actually do see them again. Chiffon has picked up a small log, and is standing next to the wisp. It is like whacking the log on something, and you see it split in half. And they just start rotating it along the edge of something, and you just see pieces of wood come whittling off of it.
that's a... Red Whisper's supposed to be the dangerous ones. What the fuck?
No, I asked Chiffon, and she said that the Guardian of the Forest looks like that at night. And as long as we're not hurting the wildlife or, setting things on fire and all, like Fieldy likes to do sometimes, we'll be fine.
I only did that the once.
I feel like I should probably point out something, that red ones have potential to be dangerous. They're just actually much more powerful beings hiding themselves.
Well, where I come from, the red ones are almost always dangerous. So I did the wrong accent.
That's fine.
Motherfucker.
So where are y'all from?
I'm from Bogcrust.
Oh, yeah, they're usually pretty dangerous over there. Alright, so I only had 4 cups. I'm gonna need at least 2 more. Okay.
Okay, I think I have a cup on me.
Do you have anyone else who's gonna come bursting through the trees to join this little marriage?
Oh, my godfather's away with his girlfriend.
Alright.
Oh, is that where Brimstone is?
For a second, turns the head to look at you, wonders why you mentioned that, moves on with the topic. Continues whittling a second cup now. By the way, no one sees what they are whittling this on. It's just sort of like the wood is falling off this log.
get to assume it's Tatilla's hands.
It's a good assumption. It's like they are putting no force behind it.
Well, it's like really super cool to actually be here because, hey,
Kent is like pulling out a book, like a storybook.
it's like I've heard so many stories. I didn't think they were real, and just, oh, this is so cool.
Out straight.
Occasionally, you'll now actually hear like a weird grumbling sound.
Titilla.
Like-
Oh, Kaito wouldn't say Titilla. Is the guardian a tiefling like you?
That's a little hard to explain.
Oh, wait, no, hold on, I got an idea. Hello, Miss Guardian, and Kaito's gonna say that in giant. And it's a big creature.
What?
What was that?
It responded in giant, basically just going,
Hello.
Oh, hi! Kaito looks like is practically vibrating.
So while Ket is slowly tunneling the way to the center of the earth by vibrating in place.
So, let's see. Did I understand that?
Trying to see if comprehend languages is still up.
It would still be up.
It's an hour.
Yeah, it's been less than an hour. You cast it about, at this point, 25 minutes ago. Well, about 30 minutes ago.
Rousey cannot speak giant, but she's understanding. She's following the conversation.
Yeah.
Conversation is Kaito going on about how cool the guardian is.
It's completely one-sided. Aside from saying hello, the Guardian says nothing. Alright, so, I don't have too much tea, but I've got enough to share.
Well, I think I might have something that would extend the tea. She then Kaito's gonna go pawing through her bag.
Would you have brought your entire bag of supplies with you just to go hunt Wisp?
I mean, she
I
would have
will
brought her
ask
explorer's
honestly.
pack.
Okay.
Because she doesn't know what she needs to hunt wisps.
Fair enough.
Catches a person be overprepared than under. I only have candies on me.
That's at least a nice accompaniment. Anyways.
I have magic candies, so I don't think anybody should eat those.
Rousey looks in her bag, sees only a half-digested skull. Yeah, I don't have any tea.
Alright. It's fine. So gather round. Tell me who y'all are. I know you're Keta. I'm Chiffon. What about the rest of y'all's?
I'm Failsy.
Alright, you're Failsy. I believe you introduced yourself earlier, and I believe I overheard that your name, and she points at you, Dravinci. I believe that your name was Dravinci? Dravinci?
Dude, just give me a second. Still catching my breath.
Take your time. Take a load off. Sit down. Got plenty of seats.
Be soft.
I'll stand.
Alright, that's weird, but okay.
I'm Dravinci, a traveler from the far island Tezvaral.
Tezvarel, that's that, like, island that's a volcano or something, right?
Yes, a lot of very skilled craftsmen out there.
Yeah, I don't go over there. But cool looking place. I just don't, it's not my thing. I don't like cities. I don't like big cities.
Given I'm guessing you live out here, I can understand.
Nah, what gave you the clue as you look at this completely filth-covered tiefling? Which, by the way, lightly sort of gray-red skin. I didn't say this before. More, very, like, light. It's still red, but it's faded. Kind of like someone who has a really bad sunburn, almost. And hair, despite how dirty they are, their hair is, like, stock silver white. So a very similar color to what Morrigan's is. And they do have a tail, though it's not like the traditional tiefling forked tail. It almost somewhat resembles a rat's tail, where it's just like it's continuously long and skinny, and there's actually a tuft of hair at the end of it.
Cool.
I'm used to standing and being on my legs for a long time. My profession's the dancer.
Hmm.
So
Well, I know
I'm
how
my
to
feet.
bust a move myself occasionally, so I can understand that. I like to run. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you didn't.
Again, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sorry. Yes, hi, I'm Morgan.
Pseudo guardian. For now.
Well, look at that. We got a pseudo guardian and a guardian. Pseudo guardian meet guardian, meet pseudo guardian. And
Hi.
Stefan just like waves between you and the weird giant wisp creature.
Morgan just kind of awkwardly waves at her. Hi.
You can't see the hand, but you can hear the wind moving.
Have you lived out here, Stefan?
Out here specifically? Not too long, off and on. I like to leave every few weeks, wander around the world a little bit, see what the sights are to see. Just enjoy life. Don't like being pinned down, you know?
Yeah. Are you a bard?
Maybe. I like playing music. Is that what a bard is?
Can you cast magic through music?
I can cast magic through a lot of ways.
Maybe bard. That is super cool. Many bards. Well, I mean, technically my boyfriend's a bard, but he doesn't know that he's a bard.
Well, that seems complicated and unnecessary.
Yes.
The DM says, calling himself out.
I should. Oh, Ketchup pulls out these. Like kind of digs at the bottom of her pack, and pulls out the sandburrower tooth.
Mm-hmm.
And she would like to kind of just place it in front of where the wisp is. A gift for the guardian for being awesome.
Are we giving the guardian gifts of bits of bone and dead things?
It's a cool tooth.
You see the flame lower down really close to the ground. You just hear and the tooth disappears, and you start hearing a crunching sound.
Huh.
To those of you slightly in the know about that creature's biology, Felzy specifically, that tooth is a type of bone hard enough to chew through solid bedrock. And this thing just bit and crunched it in its teeth.
I can't tell if the guardian's dull enough to break their own teeth on it, or it actually ate that tooth.
I probably ate a tooth still. She likes to eat bone matter. Helps her keeps her bones strong.
Her bones exposed, or is she just very cold?
Yes?
That's a comforting answer.
If y'all want to stick around till morning, she might be willing to let you see her.
I I'm just glad that this was a misunderstanding, that Keta's safe and so's Felzy. Like, Morrigan pointedly looks at Felzy and it's like, you get on my nerves, but I would not wish harm on ya.
Felzy just smiles back.
No, never mind. That might be. After just kind of looks down to her cup and is thinking.
You all suddenly hear in the distance a loud explosion. Like like a TNT type explosion suddenly goes off in the not too distant distance. More or less almost directly to your west. And before you could even really notice it, the red wisp just disappears into the tree line.
What was that?
I'm guessing that the Guardian's off to do her job?
Yeah,
Was that-
probably.
Do you know what that sound was?
I mean, it sounded like a big boom.
Might have been the goblin we saw.
Might have been. We've been having some issues with little folks running around blowing crap up here lately.
He thought I was a prostitute.
Well, that's rude.
I know, right? What prostitute pays its client?
A very sad prostitute. or you thought he was a prostitute and you were trying to get him.
I may be into green head.
Pretty.
I think a goblin would be too short for your taste, Keta.
Yeah, no. She's already explained she likes him big.
I mean, okay, listen, I grew up around orcs. Orcs are very big.
Hey, I'm not fault. I'm just stating.
Kid does
Alright.
not just bright pink as she's like.
Which, by the way, I will say this: the entire time, this figure has not opened their eyes. I don't know why I feel like pointing it out, but it's important.
Now that the Guardian stepped away, Da Vinci's gonna pull out the watch and look at the compass.
It is no longer spinning like crazy, but it is
That's odd.
pointing west.
Yeah, where would expect it to point. Because the circle here is to our west.
Yep.
Hmm.
I don't know if we'll be finding any wisps really tonight.
That's a shame.
I've been seeing a couple of them around here. I can point you in the direction of a few of the little ones if you'd like.
Yeah, I have I have candies to give him. We have toys.
Alrighty.
That
As
is
long
why
as you
we
don't-
came out here.
Yeah, just as long as you don't go blowing them up for no good sense.
Just looks at Falesy.
I will refrain from blowing them up for now.
Yeah, they
Sorry.
only wrong they do is take people off the roads, and sometimes that gets them in trouble. But they don't do it harmfully, like at least not the blue ones.
I think if it was the purple ones that could be tricksy.
The purple ones generally are harmless, but they can be tricksy and potentially do lead people into dangerous situations.
Yeah,
But
Morrigan
it's just that they are inherently mischievous, whereas the blue ones are essentially just spirits that are curious and otherwise harmless.
Yeah, Morrigan just mutters. It's like I told you earlier, the blue ones are just curious, the purple ones can be tricksy.
Siobhan, if you could you put us in the direction, and then maybe by the time we help some of the lists, your wife will be back, and then,
Wait, what wife?
Wife?
Problem. Don't think about it too hard. Should have been almost due south of us right now.
Make it sound like this is the first time you've seen a giant wife.
Nope. First time saw one that turns invisible.
I mean, Failsy's wife could probably turn invisible, but we just don't know it.
Was secretly there the entire time when you guys just weren't addressing her. She has NPC invisibility, which is just she doesn't exist until the party is talking to her.
Pardon me, Ash. Could you spell out their Savron's name?
Siobhan.
Chiffon.
Chiffon.
Do so.
Yeah. To tell her was tell. Well, she's not.
It's a very pretty name.
Don't go calling her, and she doesn't like people knowing her name.
I didn't hear nothing. As far as I know, she's just the guardian.
There you go. That's the good way to think about it.
I find it really cool that she's a big giant.
She can speak a lot of languages, actually. She's just not very good at speaking.
Pardon me, Chiffon. Or Chiffon.
Chiffon?
Do you happen to know the name of Oriara?
Armored, I think you said that
That's
wrong.
the wrong game, Armored.
Right domain, wrong goddess.
A very similar goddess, but a very different world.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
I was
so used
like,
to typing
Oriara.
phrase Oriara.
I was just...
I don't have that name.
Where's my tin cup when I need it?
Okay. Okay. I'm tired. I've only had 4 hours of sleep.
4
I
sleeps.
only have 4 sleeps.
That's how you know you're tired. I have had 4 sleeps since the last sun.
Do you happen to know the name of the Altia?
Altia. Yeah, I do. That's the goddess of time, right? Well, goddess of time, goddess of clockwork, goddess of one of the gods of divine intervention. Yeah, I know about them.
Well, yes.
Also sometimes referred to simply as the god of motion, but that's neither here nor there. Why ask?
Just curious. I've done some researching into her, and I have this little compass said to be of her design. I noticed it acts weird around your wife.
Oh, yeah, a lot of those fancy magic things work weird around her. Magic, period, doesn't work around her. Not the way you expect it to.
Makes sense. With what you did earlier, Fancy.
Okay, it's just a bit of a curiosity.
Oh, to be fair, she's anything related to a tiefling. Fireball really doesn't do all that much.
Yeah, we're a general weird race.
Yeah, don't burn too well.
Some of us don't get cold easily. I'm not one of them though. I hate the cold.
And technically, I don't burn, but I also I'm weird.
You're Ketsa.
That
You got something special about you, I can tell that much.
Chiffon, I have a question before we go. What do you see me as?
I don't see you as anything. My eyes aren't open, silly.
If you were to open your eyes,
I know, like a blurred blob. I don't see too well.
I know some.
Yeah, I just don't see too well. They actually open one of their eyes slightly. And similarly to Morrigan's, where it's just sort of the pure red eye, but it doesn't look natural. Like the eye itself almost looks slightly withered.
Ugh.
Don't see too well.
That looks painful.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt much anymore. Just bad things gone awry in the past. Not important.
I'm sorry they happened all the same.
That's fine. You live and you learn, and I've got quite good hearing. Just, you see the rather large ears on this person just sort of like flick and move.
It makes you a very good musician.
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably go.
So this was the one playing the banjo then?
Yeah,
You actually
yeah.
see the banjo leaning against the stump that originally Chiffon was sitting on.
I heard her playing, and then I was able to find her, and then I can message her.
Now, little Missy, I'm gonna have to correct you right there. Not a her. I don't know if Eddie just cut out or not. I just heard meep.
Oh, sorry. No, cut to ask they.
Yeah. More accurate, at least. Alrighty then. Well, y'all be on your way, and I'll be here if y'all need anything. But not for too long. I don't tend to stay for too long.
if we do want to meet up with you again, is there a way we can?
Well, your little Missy there can apparently speak in my head, so that's interesting.
That's only if
Just
you're.
points at Kanta.
That's only if you're within a certain distance. I think eventually I can learn sending, which is across a long distance.
Well, when you can do that, that's how you can get in touch with me. But otherwise, I don't like to stay too pinned down.
The blessing of Brainham be upon you.
Grainham's an interesting one.
He's my granddad.
All right.
Ketsa!
Don't say that stuff just willy-nilly.
Well, in turn, blessings of Venti be upon you. She's my mom.
Smiles.
Oh,
Really?
well then... Huh. I guess we're alright then?
Subterfuges too.
I don't know what that is.
Kenta cannot hold a secret.
I'm excited because
Actually, I have to roll to see if they know what that is. They don't know what that is.
Oh dear. Oh. Oh.
He's fancy thinking.
About that statement that Chiffon gave them.
Because this person clearly looks like a tiefling, but they just said Vinci was their mother.
Aunt.
I will point something out. They don't... No, they said mother.
Oh.
She said, that's my ma.
Ah.
Which might have sounded
Oh.
weird.
with the accent. Or she's my mom, but still. I will point out, this person looks vaguely like a tiefling, but they also have some weird features that aren't tiefling features. Like giant fucking ears and a beast's tail rather than a demon tail.
Huh.
They look weird. They almost look kind of fey, but they have horns.
Question for you.
What was that?
If Avinti is your ma, who's your da?
Well, my other ma is...
Oh.
They're weird. You know that.
Sorry,
Fair.
could you repeat that? I didn't quite catch that over Failsy's laughing.
Well, my other ma...
Oh,
So
I
what?
thought you said a name.
I think my other ma was some kind of elf, though I couldn't give you for certain.
Oh, you're an Asmar.
Yeah, something
I
like that. Again, don't focus on semantics. Y'all got a job to go do, so go do it.
Bye.
Just sort of waves at you.
Waves back, and she's excitedly kind of trotting towards the southern edge of the clearing.
Well, at bare minimum, will you still be here come the morning?
Yeah, I'll stick around that long for y'all.
Because I think with Keta there trying to find more musically inclined friends, that might do her some good.
Well, I can certainly play a little ditty if y'all want to hear one.
Thank you. Sorry for the bursting in a panic.
Yeah, you're fine.
Well, Javinci, back on the job, right?
Yep. Thank you for watching out for those two.
Not that much trouble.
Yes, you are. And I
Chiffon just sort of like waves towards you as you start heading off.
hope we meet again.
Well, I'm sure we will. If not here in the morning, should you guys not come back, I travel around a lot.
I guess off back to wisp hunting we go. We are really bad at this job.
Don't have Brimstone with us.
You have Brimstone with you, you'd just be shooting everything.
Someone gives us guidance.
Gun.
If we had Brimstone with us, you would have picked up Keta and just left.
Not deal with this shit, picks up Keta, walks away. Alright then. So I'm guessing y'all head south.
Why are people assuming Brimstone's sensible? Catch
I don't know, maybe he wanted to murder as well.
There was he wonders aloud.
Also, Failsy, tell us what you're doing first. Hello? Oh, I didn't realize that we were supposed to be telling each other what we're doing. Maybe you should try practicing that.
And so you're gonna be this, like this the entire time we're walking.
No, just this once.
Regardless, let's just try and see if we can appease some of these wisps, and if not appease them, put them to rest.
I just wanted to say that. And now I'm done. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What did you say?
Oh!
Nope. I'm not even gonna bother.
Let's just.
Not even gonna bother. Shoots Failsy.
Let's just continue on.
Just
That
nope,
was-
not even gonna bother.
That was the only one with a gun.
Yeah, Da Vinci doesn't use a gun.
There are enough guns in this campaign that he could find one somehow.
You have to roll perception checks to try to find the whiffs.
Well, you're heading due south right now. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead and roll perception checks. Those of you who would be keeping your eyes out. Da Vinci, do you recover the high beams, or do you keep them out for now?
11.
Recover. Yeah, recover the high beams and just grab Morgon's tail.
All
Yeah,
right then.
that was his eagle eye.
All right then. And Da Vinci, you can make one at disadvantage.
Good.
Still 14.
Failsy, you were actually the only one to notice this. You guys probably walk south for about 45 minutes to an hour. Eventually, though, you sort of just notice just ahead of the party while the rest of everyone else is sort of like scanning to the sides at the moment. You notice almost due ahead of you. There's just a little blue flicker.
I think I see one of them blue wisps.
Alright then. Well,
They'll
let's
start playing.
Let's
And then
try
you notice
appeasement first.
that it's not one, it's not two, it's not even just three. You start to notice several of these whiffs just essentially coming to light in the trees around you guys. Almost like small figures poking their heads out from behind branches.
All blue.
All blue.
Start playing.
Well, most of them blue. There are a couple of purple, but they don't seem to be acting any differently at the moment.
Just be playing as. I'll be actually no. Instead of playing, I'll be humming as I kind of put out the candies.
Alright. Failsy, in total, you notice that there are 20 blue and 5 purple among this crowd.
I didn't have enough toys for all of these.
You
Well,
have multiple means of appeasement.
maybe they would appreciate having someone dance among them.
Play a very nice tune. To dance to.
And Keta's even gonna leave out like some bits of ribbon and all, just kind of.
You're really about to get Studio Ghibli up in this crap.
Well, I did say I
Morrigan.
wouldn't blow up.
Morrigan looks to Da Vinci. I'm still learning, but do you want a partner?
I would love to.
But I did say for now, and that was an hour ago.
Failsy.
Alright. So, Keta, you said you were going to play a little tune?
Yes, she is going to kind of find a nearby either rock or just kind of area underneath the canopy of where the wisps are and start kind of playing her guitar.
You can find yourself a nice little rock that's nestled between two trees.
And start playing and singing along with it.
Right. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Alright. 26.
Nice.
They're actually
No.
singing the song that she wrote for Lee.
Of course. Alright, so you start your performance, and it starts out a little peaceful, a little slow, just to make sure that they know that you're not acting as a threat. This isn't you trying to perform magic to hurt them through song. This is just music for the sake of entertainment and for the sake of appeasement. You can pick it up as you desire.
And as you do, Dravinche, you're starting to get a bit of a rhythm going.
Mm.
You can feel it in your bones.
Da Vinci will also, amongst the various toys, ribbons, and candies, Da Vinci is going to lay out 5 silver pieces and 5 gold pieces, some extra Chinese,
All right.
to attract them in, and then Da Vinci and Morgan shall dance to the tune.
All right then. Felzy, can you remind me how many toys you?
I have 20.
All right, so you have a fairly good amount for this group.
I guess Fauzi will be a pseudo Santa now.
Gotta be Santa. Time to be Santa. All right then. So are you just sort of like laying the toys around where Keta is playing, or are you specifically like waiting for them to come up to you so you can hand them out like as if you were a Santa?
I guess hand them out.
All right. It's important. I just have to know. I'm sorry. All right. So you.
She was
do you-
told that she couldn't peg them at them.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to throw them at. Probably wouldn't appreciate it.
Hey, catch! Whack!
Hey,
Be appeased! Smack!
hey, little kid, you want a toy? Yeah.
Why do I picture that's something Fauzi would do?
That's it. Probably is.
Hey kid, want a bike? Peg's bike.
Now Failsy's just the Santa from... Now Failsy's just the Santa from Futurama. Got this bike launcher. I got a bike for you! Boom!
All of my internal organs are now my external organs.
Your mistletoe can't beat my toe missile!
That is the type of Santa Felsi would be.
Anyway.
Join performance check.
Go ahead and make a performance check, both of you.
Alrighty.
Or
Any,
technically, you can make a single one that is being aided,
Uh,
if you'd like to.
It's the same. Well, you have the same modifier.
yeah, so...
Then both of you make one.
Okay.
All right.
An
Less
11.
good, but not as bad as it could have been.
Very true.
Dravinche is definitely leading.
Well, Morgan
that's
did
not
say
much
she's still learning.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not much of a surprise that Dravinche is leading.
Hmm.
Oh, wait a second. A bard performing and a spell dancer dancing.
Yes.
And the scores are close to each other.
Da Vinci's gonna try to hold it.
You're not going to make a
God.
tornado, don't worry.
No. Well, actually,
Actually,
you continue.
I'll let you describe this if you'd like.
Hmm.
How would you like to use this ability that Dravinche is feeling kicking up? You could start feeling the wind moving around you.
Because
Sorry.
because Keta laid out some ribbons, Da Vinci's going to use the power of dance to kick up the wind and have the ribbons dancefully play in the air. Or playfully dance in the air. Play.
I got what you meant.
Mm. Along with some of the leaves, and have, if any of the wisps are starting to kind of follow along, just playfully little bits of wind kind of dance with them.
Alrighty then.
Even carry Keta's voice up and into the taller boughs of the tree.
It's
Ye-
more or less how it goes is as you start singing and doing your performance with your guitar, the notes on the guitar are becoming the rhythm for the dance, whereas it's your actual voice that Dravinche feels filling his chest with a a vibration that lets him know that this sudden bout of magical prowess is ready to occur. It's at that point when you start dancing, and you just see these small threads of ribbon just sort of kicking into the air. It's calm at first. You're not trying to be aggressive with this like you've been in the past, where you're just allowing the dance and art form to come out of you. This time it's much more calm, refined. You know what you're doing, and you have a partner willing to assist you in this. While she herself is not a spell dancer, she is someone with magical prowess and can aid you in the controlling of this sudden torrent you'd be kicking up otherwise. So as you dance, these ribbons start flowing through the air, making just small patterns fluttering around you, just around this clearing in general. You notice the wisp at this point where previously they were a bit shy and curious about you. They seem to be getting into the rhythm as well. Occasionally, Failsy, one will actually like float up to you, and if you would provide it, it would take a doll. Failsy?
Yep.
I'm assuming you let them take them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Failsy will be Santa.
Alright. You play the role of resident Santa and give them a doll. And rather than just carrying it away into the treetops like you might expect them to, they do carry them into the treetops, but then they dangle down and actually start mimicking the dances that you and Motogun are doing. Like individual pairs of wisp just controlling these string-like puppets, just making them dance with each other around you. And it works out pretty well because you bought 20 puppets, so there's Dravenche and Motogun being the actual centerpiece of this dance, and then a set of pairs of 10 dancers just dancing around them. Not all perfectly mimicking. Some of them are just sort of like goofing off with it, but a couple of these groups are actually like very closely mimicking what you guys are doing.
There's like one off in the background making their dolls break dance.
Yeah. Well, it's like two of them off to the side are just twerking at each other. It's not important. For
hey, I'm gonna shove the butt of my doll into you. No, I'm gonna shove the butt of my doll into you.
Yeah, it's two of the purple ones doing that. But yeah, it's actually fairly peaceful. And surprisingly beautiful. It's a weird display. And it's kind of a shame because Dravenche, you can barely see any of it. Unless you unveil the headlights.
He can barely see any of it, but he is able to see Motogun, and that's all he needs.
Oh.
Fair enough.
And considering it's a love song Cat is singing, it just fits even more.
But you're trying to ask her. You don't know why, but you're trying to try. You got to kiss the girl.
Kiss the girl. I'm telling you, one of these days, Kata's gonna be singing that as she walks past Motogun and Dravenche.
It's gonna be Keta and Lee singing it. Alright then.
Great.
But yes, your performance... You all sort of lose track of time while you're doing this. Even you, Fairly, who's not particularly involved other than being Surrogate Santa. It's a rather beautiful performance, and you're not being aggressively pelted with fire or rocks or wind. You can actually enjoy it this time. You're not being assaulted.
You're not being assaulted by the power of dance. But I still picture like Failsy when she sees Dravenche starting to get into the groove, just like, oh no, it's gonna start again. Oh no, oh no. Wait, why isn't anything happening?
Unknown to him, she had a little Boris charm ready.
Yep. But by the point you all finish this performance and sort of have to stop because even while you are a Dancer of the Wind, Dravenche, and Motogun, this is just normal for your situation, you're very out of breath. and you didn't even realize it
Mm-hmm.
at first.
Especially given all the running we did earlier.
Yeah, it's like you got some mad cardio going on right now. And even you, Kete, that song is not a particularly long song, but you just sort of lost track of what you were doing and just started making crap up as you went. Maybe at one point did start singing you don't know why in your dying tribe, but you gotta kiss the girl.
Just getting into like the chorus of the song.
It's very possible.
Just repeating the chorus for an hour.
By the time you guys finish this performance, the moon is high in the sky. Like, what little you can see of it is properly, like, center sky and starting to go down. Like, you've gone from what was just before 10 o'clock to past midnight. And you didn't even realize it until you stopped, finally.
The longest performance I ever gave.
Just as the two stop dancing, Drenche's going to just give a nod to Morrigan and gonna try to clue to her, do kind of like a performance bow, the two of them, out to a audience, probably more directed towards Keta and Falsey. And then after the bow, split apart and bow to each other. Or at least Da Vinci will bow to her, to Morrigan.
And she'll just copy what he's doing because he knows what he's doing. So she's just like, "Oh yeah, yes, do this thing."
Yes.
Are the wisps still around us?
You don't see them anymore. When the performance wraps, you just stop seeing them. Though after they perform their bows and their respects to each other, you do hear a couple of almost like the sounds of glass falling onto a surface.
Like a marvel falling into leaves, almost.
Like bouncing off sticks and rocks and stuff, but then falling into leaves.
Can Keta pinpoint where she heard them?
You've been you kind of started hearing them all around.
She's gonna go to like the closest source of
Well,
that noise.
one more or less fell right beside you.
She's gonna look to see
It's
what exactly.
The one you pick up is a small purple marble.
Guys.
Did it work?
She's gonna hold up the purple marble.
Given
I can't
Morrigan's
see.
natural 20 she had before, would she recognize that as a
It
success?
looks like a wisp core.
It worked. Oh, I'm out of breath, but it worked. That's awesome.
I'll pick him up.
So, Keta, could you cast a bit of light?
It's up a light, and she's gonna start
Yeah,
picking up
at
as
this
many.
point, the headlights would be gone.
Keta's gonna pick up as many of the marbles as she can see.
All right. Anyone who's searching for them, go ahead and make investigation checks, because unfortunately these don't give off light, so you have to actually find them.
Investigation.
Evan.
It's not a high DC.
Ah,
Ah!
You guys can aid each other instead of all rolling. But Falesy rolled a 15, so you guys are like stumbling over, and Da Vinci and Morrigan just did like basically a 20-minute sprint, followed immediately by a 2-hour to potentially more. You don't actually know what time it is because you're not looking at the watch right now. You're tired, and you just sort of have to you start searching, and then your legs just sort of give out.
Yeah, they bend down, both bend down to grab a marble, and then face plant onto the ground, just like, okay, we're not getting up.
Well, it's like that situation where you like squat down to grab something and then realize you cannot re-extend your legs. They're just like, I am in this position now.
Morrigo, knowing that, just lets herself fall backwards onto her butt and be. She's the kind of person who, when she's really tired, she just starts giggling.
What's so funny?
I'm fucking exhausted. That's what's so funny.
I find any more than just the one.
You find one purple one and one blue one.
Okay.
The two of them just almost bumped heads over a blue one. And then, Filzy, you find one more purple one, and then the rest, which is 12 blue ones.
Well, we found one here.
We did it, guys.
How many we got?
I got 2 over here.
Odd stuff.
How about you, Failsy?
Meanwhile, Filzy
I
has
have-
been like actively walking around picking them up.
I have 1 purple and 12 blue.
I think we saw a blue one.
Yeah, right here.
Well, you can take a little break right here. So you guys get your breath back.
Oh, we're not getting.
I'm gonna have to sleep out here, guys. My fingers are kind of bleeding.
Well, unfortunately, I used the watch. So it's not like I have much of a choice.
I mean, we could always go back to the clearing with Chiffon. At least the ground's off there.
But that involves getting up.
I think I'll be able to walk if you give me like a few minutes.
Oh. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Ah, that was the sound.
I could always fly up to see if there's anything, if we're close enough to the road or anything like that. Of me flying. I don't want to fly near the city.
I wonder.
Wonder what?
Just taking a look at something that Felsi has.
I mean, you guys could
Yeah.
essentially take a short rest and then be able to walk just fine.
Okay.
Give those glutes a second to rest.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
was thinking.
Kenta will perform a song of rest as they're sitting.
So pretty well, Dravenche and Moragon get back their 3 hit points.
Yeah.
Yep. And Dravenche, if you do actually look, it is basically 3:30 in the morning now.
Yeah, he would have taken a look and then just go, oh, no. Morning's in like just 4 hours.
Well, if we want a safer place to rest, I say we just take a minute for our legs to recover and then walk back to Chiffon's.
And then once morning comes and all, we can head back to town. And we
Where
can sleep in beds.
redemption will where your parents will probably not be happy.
Hey. What'd you do?
We end up running in a mad panic out of the town. Of course, the guards at the post saw us, and word travels.
Yeah. No, really.
You do
No.
specifically remember the guards saw you, and in unison just went, Keta.
just knew I was home the second I got into town.
But anyway, we can talk it over. I'm
What,
sure
tell
that'll
my-
be fine.
Tell my dad we found the guardian of the forest in the woods.
Well, considering your mom seems to be able to sniff out bullshit and we'd be telling the truth, I think we're okay.
Vivian just being like, I want to think that you're lying, but I know.
And after the short rest.
And it doesn't even have to be a full short rest because you technically didn't even lose much to any of the hit points. So, just
Yeah, it's just taking time to rest the legs enough that the two of them can get up.
fails if you want to. You can make a investigation check on the box.
Elsie investigates. That's a 15.
What success were you on?
1.
I have to check which box this was again.
The dragon box.
I believe a 15 is just enough to get you your second success.
Question. Would that dance have counted as practice for Morrigan?
I'll say it will have. Just to make an intelligence check to be able to see if she can retain the knowledge learned during that dance, though.
Intelligence check, you said?
Yes.
Alright, let me click a date. 15.
Yeah, that would count as practice then.
Okay, so would that be enough to get me to the next stage? Because on my sheet it says I'm at stage 2.
This would get you the proper success to move you into stage 3.
Oh. Okay, then I will update that to...
When it comes to gaining proficiencies, you have to succeed twice at each DC before you can gain the proficiency. The
Okay.
first DC is 10, the second DC is 15, and the third DC is 20.
Well, I'm at stage 3, so I just need to beat 220 DCs, and ta-da!
Yeah, which is going to be a little bit hard, no offense, because Morrigan doesn't have a super high intelligence modifier, but...
Yeah, I know. She's smarter than a rock, at least.
At this point, I would say you would have the Jack of all trades ability for specifically performance when dancing.
We'll figure that out on a as-it-needs-to-be rolled
At this
basis.
point in the game, I believe you add +1 to your performance then, because it's half your proficiency.
Yeah, because I don't know how to add that to the roll, so we'll just whatever I roll with performance, add an extra.
Open up the cog wheel on your sheet, then scroll down to where you can have
That can be something we do after stream.
I'll just do it while I'm talking.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. It's just not that hard to do, is all.
Anything for Da Vinci? Now I think of it.
Unfortunately, you as the teacher, it's just you having your practice.
I mean the bard spell dancer sync thing.
Oh, yes, you did a successful performance, so that would count as a success. Especially with you rolling a natural 20. If Keta had also rolled a natural 20, it would have been 2 successes.
If Keta gets success in a performance check, I think that's...
Yeah, and if he gets a natural 20, that's a 25, so they'd still be within 5 of each other.
I remember that's 3 successes now.
Yep, you're properly into stage 2 now. Which means next time you do that, there's going to be some interesting bonuses you can get.
Gonna wrap it up there for the night.
Oh yeah, it's a lot later than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was not paying attention to the time at all. So you guys, after your rest, head back over to Chiffon's little clearing. Chiffon is still there, though by the time you get there, they have sort of like half passed out and just like flopped on a big stump.
Hmm.
And you all can find your respective places to sit down and get yourself a nap in.
I build up with Morgan.
Morgan's just like, upon getting into clearing, just looks at Siobhan and just goes, "Don't mind me, I'm just gonna flop onto the moss again." Flop.
Just a thumbs up.
Because of what Keta said, I just picture Da Vinci and Morgan just falling asleep, leaning against each other against a tree, and then Keta just kind of huddled up at Morgan's side.
Keta worms her way into cuddles no matter what.
Fair enough. And Felzy, you can find yourself a nice warm place to sleep as well. And that's what we're in for tonight.
I got shilling.
All right.
Yes, do you chill?
Those who chill to your heart's content.
Armor, do you want to do yours first so you can go to sleep? If you have any.
So, I used to chill for the Saturday game. That is Curse of Strahd on Ari stream. I have since left that campaign,
Really?
so no chill from me.
Yeah.
Andy, I think you're the only one who chills.
Okay, hi! I'm Andy. Tonight I was Keta, Solutions Bard, and you can find my friend Tim at twitch.tv/it's me, Timothy, where he plays mostly Dead by Daylight. He's a very chill dude, very fun stream. And generally he's just very you can find me Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as Aaron, the fairy blood hunter, soon to be paladin, at twitch.tv/Latvarian_citizen. Also, normally Thursdays they have a D&D thing, but yeah. And also, Latvarian Citizen just released streams himself. He's really cool. Very fun. Hey. My mind is a blank at the moment because I haven't done this in a while.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Anyone else have anything to shield? Danny, do you
I
want
have
to shield?
no disguising. I have no shilling.
I like to let everybody go before me in case they have things to shill before I do. But yeah, so hey, hopefully we are back in the swing of things. So should everything go to plan, we will be back next week, Thursday evening. Hopefully around 7 p.m. EST, depends on how everything goes. Things were a little wonky today, sorry about that. But hopefully next week we'll be back here at 7 p.m. EST on Thursday for the next session of Scattered Realms.
Thematic wolf scream.
And hey, now at this point, there might have been enough time for Brimstone to come back and just be like, I was only gone for 12 hours, what the fuck? Who
The
knows?
worst thing is, we're gonna start next session with you guys in the forest, and he's gonna come back into the city and have no idea where you guys are.
He's gonna come back and Redemption's gonna be worried to no end.
gonna be great.
Amazing.
Oh, next time Motogon sees Brimstone, she's gonna buy that man a drink.
Dorinda will like that too.
Like there was an alert for Keta, and we haven't heard back from them tonight. Apparently, something Keta related happened.
I've learned.
Something Keta related has happened.
I think I'm really learning that we need to get basically what is a backpack leash for Keta.
Yeah.
And then
But-
realize it won't work because she turns into fog.
And she also could probably find a way to, take it off of her so that anybody is watching her.
But yes, with that, shall we all say our good nights?
You know.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.